Alright, howdy folks. Happy almost Friday. We're finally back. Just taking a break for a couple of days, trying to get my first draft done of my manuscript, and it kind of took over my life. And we were supposed to play some more Valentine's Day games today, and then this game that I've had my eye on released, and I was like, you know what? I'd rather play this, so here we are. We're gonna retire Valentine's games for this year, I think. But it looked really interesting. From what I understand, it is basically a love letter to retro PC games and that 80s era of anime. It has a very distinct visual style and was some of the stuff that I grew up on, so I'm really excited. It's got sci-fi visual novel elements, and that's basically all I know, so we're gonna hop in and see how it goes. Hey Silas, how's it going? I love how this still has the Valentine's Go Live message. Wait, what? Does it? I never changed my Go Live message. But we'll say it's a dating sim anyway. What was my Go Live message? I'm curious. In the meantime, let me take a quick look at options. I just took a super quick peek. It has different graphics settings, which is really cute, and I was kind of waffling about what I want to do. Oh, okay, was it the title? Yeah. I had an initial plan, and then this showed up, and I was like, change of plan. I kind of want to do the colors, just because that's what I remember seeing in the trailer. Let's do some butt kicking! I'm ready. I don't play a lot of sci-fi-y games. I think the closest I've ever come was probably Opus Echo of Starsong. But that was also more akin to a visual novel, so we'll see. I like Vivid. I think Studio could be a kind of fun balance between the two, but I want to see the colors. Very Ghibli color palette. Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, we're gonna do this. Hopefully sound and volume musicness is fine. Text speed. I wish I could see an example of what that looked like. We'll try that. Retro, oh, we'll do modern, that's fine. So how much trauma are we gonna get? That's the real question. That remains to be seen. I don't know how emotionally soul-crushing this game is. There we go. Okay, let's get started. September 21st, Planetary Calendar 209. Following a raft of oppressive policies and crackdowns from the Earth-based government of the Solar Federation, the joint forces of the Martian territories and the Jovian Unified Colony Fleet rebelled. This conflict came to be known as the Solar War. Yeah, immediately, like, hitting hard. Yes, too real. All right. The war carried on for 3 years, but eventually the combined forces of the Martian territories and Jovian Unified Colony Fleet managed to push the Federation military all the way back to planet Earth. In the final days of the conflict, a pitched battle was fought in lunar orbit that would decide the war's victor. Lunar orbit. Aboard the Jovian carrier JFS Calic? I don't know. I could call it Cowlick just for giggles. Witch of Mercury era. I'm not familiar with that one. You reflexively tighten your grip on your armored frame's twin flight sticks as another wave of vibrations reverberates through the cockpit. The creak of your new flight suit and your quickening breath are the only sounds that you hear above the gentle hum of the frame's subsystems. As you squeeze the controls tighter, their plastic casings creak under the pressure. You try and stay calm, knowing that these gentle vibrations are remnants of huge shockwaves that are buffeting the Calic, the carrier that you're stationed on. Each one is a near miss as an explosion tears through the space around the ship. Horrifying. You try to push the thought from your mind and focus on controlling your breathing, but you've already realized that their frequency means the Calic must be approaching the front line. Oh, it's a Gundam. I've seen Gundam Wing back in the 90s days, and then I never got to watch any after that. So, I might go check it out. I've been meaning to catch up on Gundam for a while. Hello, Chichan! Welcome on in. Yeah, heck, Valentine's, let's go! Want to go to retro space. Your squadron will be launching soon, and you'll be engaging in your first real sortie? I think that's how you say that. Your first real flight, in fact. This is my first flight? Oh no, I'm gonna die. You feel your throat tighten. Simulations are as good as the real thing. That's what your trainer told all of you. But you know that pilots are supposed to have hundreds of hours of live flights and training exercises in real armored frames before they're allowed anywhere near the front lines. Yeah, I'm intimidated. Your true love, mechanized warfare and carnage. Hang on now. When did we establish this? Of course, that didn't happen. Command had told you that the modern simulators meant cadets could graduate without the need for these exercises. Sounds like a cost-cutting procedure. Rip and tear until it's done. Oh, no! You'd overheard the rumors, though. The Jovian colony fleet had lost a lot of pilots and, still wanting to keep pace with the Martian advance against Earth, had resorted to fielding anyone who could fight. I thought that said flight, and I was like, huh. Your whole squadron is just like you, freshly conscripted from Europa Colony. You'd undergone basic training there, but almost all of your flight training had taken place on the cruiser's journey from Jovian space. Thank you for the quote. You wonder how the others are feeling right now, whether... Maintenance crew. Calig 5, this is flight deck. We're preparing your squad for takeoff, running last-minute diagnostics on your frame, activating all systems. I type all this forever. Now. Alright, looks all good to go. That gave me internet startup noises for a second there, and I was immediately having more flashbacks. Alright, looks all good to go. We'll run a few more checks, then we'll have you spaceborne in a few minutes. You ready to show those Terrans who's boss? No. I mean, yes, damn straight. Ready to kick some ass. Yeah. Can't wait to get out there. I'm gonna... You stammer, trying your best to convince not the engineer, but yourself that you're ready for what's waiting for you. Sorry, the phrasing on these sentences throws me for a second. I think it's saying one thing, and then it's like, no, this is actually how I should be wording that. Bear with me. Oh, take a breath there, Calig 5. It's not gonna be that bad out. No need to get all riled up here in the hangar. Tell you what, pilot, what's your name? Oh. My general go-to is Ren. It always feels a little weird now because BG3 Ren has become such an entity in her own right. But I will stick with what I usually do. Surname, oh gosh, Ren... Psh, didn't think I'd have to have a surname. Ren... What's something flight-related? Ren... Ren. I'm trying to think, what's one of my fictional characters' last names that I could easily just grab? Ren Faro. There we go. I go by she, her. Thank you for asking. Ren Faro, yes, that's right. Okay, on-sign Pharaoh. First up, take a few deep breaths for me. In and out, nice and slow. You got that? Whew, okay. Ren Pharaoh, not to be confused with Ren the Arsonist. They're distinct entities, it's true. Yeah, I like that there's the option for that. Always good. You draw in one long measured breath and hold it, then release it. Following the engineer's instructions, you repeat this a few more times. After a while, you begin to feel your pulse slow and some of the tension in your body slip away. You still feel on edge, but feel slightly more in control. Keep breathing, it does help. Alright, there we go. Now, listen up, Ensign. You ain't got a thing to worry about out there. Why do I feel like I do? It's space. That is inherently concerning. Space is cool, but it's also very deadly. Way I've heard it is all that the Terran's best pilots were taking care of between here and Mars. Heck, Martians are the ones who've been leading the charge today, so they're the ones taking all the flack. Space does hate us. Propaganda machines selling this as our decisive strike against Earth's last line of defense. But between you and me, it ain't nothing more than a mopping up situation. Buddy of mine in operation said as much in the canteen last night. Besides, you hear a dull ring over the comms and sit bolt upright in your seat, slouching back and exhaling as you realize it's nothing more than the engineer striking the cockpit armor on your frame. This beauty here's a work of art. Taran Frames ain't got nothing on her. She's all tuned up and ready to go. Probably spent more time with this one than I have with my own kid. So don't you worry. Your child, is that your own ship child or your literal biological child? Because I have questions. Remember what they taught you in training and leave the rest up to her. You'll come out of this just fine. You'll spawn. Despite your startled reaction a moment ago, the engineer's confidence is infectious and it's starting to rub off on you. You adjust your position in your seat so that you're sat up straight, and the soft hum of the frame system now seems more comforting than ominous. Just a mopping up operation, you think? Martians have done all the work, so we're sitting pretty here in our top-of-the-line frames. Yeah, nothing to worry about. Why do I feel like it's all gonna go wrong? So, Ensign Pharaoh, how are you feeling about things now? Feeling good, ready to go. Yeah, I'm ready to get out there and kick some ass, you declare, channeling your newly tapped well of confidence. That's the spirit, Ensign. Now hang on to that and we'll have you out of those hangar doors and kicking Tarans around in no time. Left alone with your thoughts, you tune back into the gentle hum of the frame. You watch the seconds tick away on the cockpit clock whilst you wait for the order to launch. The wait seems to drag on and on. You carry out a few last-minute flight checks, but as you'd already completed them when you boarded, nothing has changed. Oh, look at you. Alright, pilots, listen up. This is Calig 1. We've been cleared for launch, so be ready for immediate action. All frames will be taking off in designation order. Attack formation. Sound off. Calig 2, ready. Look at the faces changing. This is Calig 3, ready. Calig 4 here, ready for takeoff. Don't screw this up, come on! Calig 5, confirm your status. We had to call on us, come on. Oh, yeah, Calig 5, standing by. Keep it together, Calig 5. Calig 6. Calig 6, ready. Alright, Calig Squadron, move out. Whoa, ooh, look at this, that's fun. Calig 1 launching, Calig 2 launching, Calig 3 launched, Calig 4 moving out. Whoa. There they go. The roll call of your squadron as they depart from the ship and accelerate rapidly towards the combat zone sounds almost like a countdown to you. Once Calig 4 has declared their launch, you know your time has come. You disengage the restraints and prepare yourself. Calig 5, launching. You shout as you slam the flight sticks forward for maximum thrust. Oh no, what did you do? Too much. Calig 5, abort, launch, cut thrusters, Calig 5, abort, launch, cut thrusters. The engineer's instructions barely register in the confusion as you're jerked around the cockpit, your helmet slamming on the control panel as a brief moment of thrust throws you back into your seat before you're whipped forward again. Man, we had one job. I broke nothing. This was all on Ren. Just like BG3, I'm going to distinguish myself from this character. Warnings splash all over your monitors and sirens and alerts sound from all over the cockpit. Calig 5, abort launch! Abort launch and cut thrusters! It takes a few seconds for you to comprehend the engineer, but once you do, you quickly pull the flight sticks back to their neutral position. Frickin' Poseidon, man. The roar of your frame's engines dies, and your cockpit regains its previous stillness. You wince as the metallic taste of blood fills your mouth. Dang, you really did a number there. Alright, Calig 5, hang tight for a moment. Your frame's restraints didn't accept the disengage command, so you're still attached to the Calig. Oh, that could have been bad. We're going to need to run a diagnostic. Shouldn't take too long. How embarrassing. You slump in the cockpit's chair and exhale deeply, your heart still pounding a million beats per minute and your lips stinging. Continue to slow your breathing as you listen to the still open communications channel from the maintenance crew as they work to get your frame released. Yeah, looks like the restraints disengaged. Command didn't register. Yeah, Unit 5. Alright, yeah. Get Unit 6 out. No sense waiting for this one. Okay, start the diagnostic, then reboot if necessary. Calig 6 launching. Here it go. What do you mean, hardware fault? We've checked this 10 times since Mars, at least. Who is assigned Unit 5? Oh, Fine, right. Shut down systems and run the diagnostic again. I want this frame out there in the next 5 minutes. Calig 5, we're going to shut down your frame systems for a moment so we can run diagnostics. Stay ready, though. We'll have you launching soon. Calig 5, understood. Ready and waiting. As your cockpit fades to darkness again, you release the flight sticks and suddenly realize just how long you've been clenching your fists around them. You flex your fingers and roll your shoulders, exhaling again as you begin to hear the muffled sounds of the engineers working on your frame's restraints. Staring at the dead monitor, you slowly begin to smile. This was what you wanted, wasn't it? You'd spent so long worrying about this mission that you'd thrown up twice in the past 24 hours, oh Babby. And now it looks like that was all for nothing. You'd got what you wanted, and you were safe. As safe as you can be strapped to the outside of a military carrier in an inactive armored frame anyway. Your smile widens inadvertently at the thought. Getting shot down in an inactive frame still in its restraints. You'd become a cautionary tale for engineers and pilots throughout the entire Jovian colony fleet. Your mind turns quickly to the rest of your squadron. When they returned, you'd be the laughingstock of the entire Calig. Yep. A pilot who'd spent their entire first mission stuck in a dark cockpit. You'd dodged a bullet, but you'd never... Uh-oh. This is Calig 6. They've cut off the flight path. There's more. Schnitzel. There's a whole squadron of carriers coming in from the E-field. Calig 1. They're going to cut you off from the fleet. Calig 6 signal... disappearing as you sit bolt upright as you begin pressing buttons trying to activate your cockpit's main monitor so you can see what's going on. However, with your frames systems shut down remotely by the maintenance crew, you can do nothing but sit in the dark stillness and listen to events unfold. I'm having struggles with reading today. That's what happens when you have an 86-page paper that you're trying to finish up. My brain. Calig 6, respond. Calig 6, what's going on? How many carriers are coming in from E-field? Really running RN through her vocal performance training is blah 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 blah. Ma'am, Calig 6's signal has been lost. It's not responding. Ma'am, he's... Oh no. Hey Jasmine, how's it going? Welcome on in. Good luck in your paper. Thank you. I think I will get the first draft done tomorrow. And then I have to read through the 86 pages of it, and I'm not looking forward to it, but it's going good other than that. Also, we're in space and we might be about to die. How's your day going? Found out about this game 2 days ago and very much want it. Yeah, I saw it and I was like, this is a 90s baby's dream. Early 90s Japanese PC vibes, right? It's been very, very charming, even though I'm still just like at the very start. I think I'm gonna love it. A lot of reading words though, my brain is tripping over them a lot. Yeah, aesthetics-wise, immaculate. Hold it together, Calig 5. 4 even. All units, form up, defensive formation on me. I said all units, Calig 2! Don't break formation. Ma'am, they're firing on us. There's so many of them. Oh god! Ma'am, help! Oh no! Oh no! You can do it, both the game and the paper, thank you, yes! I will rally. Came here to shoot robots, not to read. What the heck? Like I knew it was a visual novel, I can't read. In an instant, your communications channel is flooded with cries of terror and panic. That's traumatizing. You hear your squad mates, your fellow pilots, exclamations of fear as this unexpected enemy force bears down on them. Screams and yelps, wails and howls fill your head as you sit powerless in the dark confines of your cockpit. Hey, hey, who's out there? Engineering, hey, get me ready. I can help. Get me ready to launch. Engineering. Hello, Unkind. Hola, hola. How's it going? Welcome. I wonder, I didn't see an option to increase the font size. It had modern and retro for the font itself. But, yeah, it would be nice if it was just a little bit bigger. There's the trauma. See, I knew it wouldn't take long, especially in space. You're getting killed out there. I need to go, now! It's going. Oh, that sounds like a frustrated, it's going, maybe? Has it been a day? I'm sorry if it's been a day. You shout demands to get your frame ready for launch over the channel, but are met with no response. In the dark of the cockpit, with your controls unresponsive, you can't be sure whether the channel is closed or if no one's listening, with all the attention turned to receiving the battle-damaged units from your squad. That's awful, just being, like, stuck in the dark listening to, like, all your peoples die. Oh dear. Did see this had monochromatic and color options? Yeah, I was struggling with what I wanted to pick, but the color was what was in the trailer, and I really like this side of it there, so we'll try it like this. But from what I understand, there's multiple endings, so if I do another playthrough on stream, we could always play around with them. I'm curious though, you mentioned you want it, is it something you think you're gonna stream, or is it something you would just play in your own time? Serious survivor guilt indeed, oof. Listen to me, anyone, get me out here! Out there even, I can read. More like anxiety, but I will get by. Oh, that's never fun to deal with. I'm sorry, I hope the evening is a better day, and that tomorrow is an even better day. And the weekend is on horizon, so hopefully you can have some time to decompress from life. Has to have the red for blood. Wait now, no. Desperately begin attempting a manual override of your systems, but find that nothing responds to you. I think I'll play mainly in my own time. VNs like this, I like tucking into my own time like a book. Yeah, they are nice for that. I don't play too many VN proper things. Partly because of all the reading. But I do enjoy them just for my own time. Oh, thank you for the shoutouts, friend. Much appreciated. The only spark of life that you can glean from your frame is the small diagnostics progress bar. That's a long way to go. I need to be out there. Anyone, hey! In one last desperate attempt, you begin hammering on your cockpit walls, hoping to get the attention of the engineers you could hear outside earlier. The entire time, the chaos of the combat out in space is narrated to you in broken fragments of radio chatter. There's 3, 4, on me! Oh, I've lost my shield, I can't shake them. They're everywhere, they're... The line of retreat's totally cut off. We can't get back to the ship. Ma'am, what do we do? What do we do? Stop panicking and form up! 3 and 4, on me. We're going to punch a hole through their formation and... You can do this, angsty 90s anime space game! I mean, everyone's gonna die first, but then we can do it. Ma'am, come in. Ma'am. Oh no. Oh god, oh! One by one, your squad's signals disappear, and the cacophony of panic disappears, replaced by the gentle hiss of static. You stop hammering on the side of your cockpit as the last voice is cut off. You're drenched in a cold sweat now, and your empty stomach feels like a rock has sunk to the bottom of it. You lean back and stare blankly ahead. This is Calic 5. Ready for takeoff. Damn. Okay, game. Okay. September 21st, Planetary Calendar 209. Despite last-minute reinforcements for the Solar Federation from their headquarters on Earth, the battle above Lunar is a victory for the joint Martian and Jovian forces. This would be the final battle of the Solar War. Ding! Hello, Chan! It is! It's just slightly off, but maybe we'll see it in but a moment. How are you, my dear? How's it going? Having lost their last stronghold on Lunar, the Solar Federation would agree to a ceasefire and sign an armistice to end hostilities. An uneasy peace fills the solar system. Oh, tired. I hope you can get some rest. The conflict between the Solar Federation and the Martian-Jovian Alliance concluded. The Calic and her crew soon returned to the Europa colony near Jupiter. We're by Jupiter! That's cool. Jupiter's so pretty. April 19th. Hey, that's sort of close to my birthday. Okay, apparently we skipped your birthday, Chen. Planetary calendar 214. Oh wow, okay, it's been a few years. The reduced need for pilots away from the delicate space between Earth and Mars saw Ensign Pharaoh reassigned to security detail aboard various Jovian ships. She is eventually promoted to lieutenant. I'm a lieutenant! Aw, dang. 4 years have passed since the battle above Lunar. The Jovian colony fleet, fearing fresh aggression from Earth, has increased patrols near its colonies after picking up unusual signals coming from further out in the solar system. The patrol ship JFS Gundog is dispatched to support the JFS O'Brien in its investigation of these signals. Congrats on rank promotion. Clearly that paper turned out well if this is in the future. I did something right. I mean, I feel like my character just kind of sat there, but I'll take it. They're like, happy belated birthday, the gift is war. Too real. Too real. Jovian space. Board the Jovian patrol ship JFS Gundog. Okay, so this is where... Ooh, move, look, use, talk, item, hello. As the rumble of the Gundog's engines roaring to life reverberates through the ship, you clench your fists. Is this my room? It's been 4 years, and to this day, the sensation of tremors, whether they're ship engines, docking clamps, or weapon drills, still ties your stomach into knots. I have PTSD. A bad trait for a ship security officer. An understandable one. You shake your head and exhale slowly, taking a moment before stowing the last of your possessions and pushing the drawer closed. Feel the click as it locks into place and the exterior plastic paneling sits completely flush with its surroundings. Stepping back, you look around the room. I just want to listen to the music for a second. Oh, that's fun. I like that. You take another deep breath and hold it for a moment. Although this was far from your first posting as a security officer, you always felt the same sense of trepidation, if not anxiety. As similar as all the ships were, they all came with their own unique crews and personalities, and with those came unique problems. Ugh, people. Breathing out, you take a look around the room, taking stock of your surroundings. Select the Look button to examine your surroundings by selecting items of interest. Okay. Oh, it's got a little... Look at this. This terminal lets me access the ship's computer. It's got a clock, a word processor, and even a calendar. I can also access records and my orders from here, but for anything else, I need to access the core, which is limited to those in operations or command. Standard cruise bunk. Once you've slept in one, you've slept in them all. Although, this is one of the nicer ones I've been assigned to. The wall panel can be removed by jimmying it with a thin object, and crew members often stash contraband in there. Looks like this one's not been touched, though. Door? Standard door with an electronic lock and magnetic bolting system. The only way in or out, unless you plan on getting creative with maintenance tunnels. Why does that feel like foreshadowing? Okay. Select the Use button to interact with your surroundings by selecting specific objects. Okay. There was a thing... I missed this before. There's nothing in here right now that I need, just my uniforms and some toiletries. Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Yes, very good. I've only just boarded and it's still the middle of the day based on Jovian Standard Time. Also place to hide when their face hugger shows up. Hate it. Oh, it looks like I've been instructed to report to the bridge to meet the captain. I haven't met anyone since my transport to the ship port ran late, and I just made it Just about made it on board before launch. Move to a different location. Okay. You step out into an empty corridor, and the door to your quarters gently hisses shut behind you. Its keypad gives a short series of beeps, and you hear the lock engage. The dull thrum of the ship's systems is barely audible, but otherwise you are stood in total silence. Anime Ian home, oh god! The air is cooler outside of your quarters, and the corridor has a sterile lack of aroma. This has been the same on every ship you've been stationed on, and at this point, it doesn't surprise you. Okay, so this is the Swift-class patrol vessel, which means if I leave this quarters block, I'll be in the foreside thoroughfare. I'm Michael Fassbender. If I go right towards the aft, I'll arrive in the central hub, and then I can head to the bridge. Okay. Leave the crew block behind you and find yourself in a much larger corridor that stretches off to your left, and with multiple smaller corridors leading from it. Warning, low gravity. You're right, the corridor leads to a large, plaza-like space. A very faint breeze coming from your left ruffles your hair and chills you slightly, and you hear the sound of human activity. Friends. From the right, you can hear the hum of the ship's engines more clearly now, as well as the occasional, low, quiet whirring sound. Lance Henriksen! Looks like I was right. This portion of the thoroughfare will let me access both sets of crew quarters, the mess hall, and the hangar, and the central hub. Blah, 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 blah. Hard to put down floor safety cones and low grav. Yes, a little. Have to get a little creative with that. From there, I can access the rest of the ship's areas. I should hurry up and meet the captain before I look around anywhere else. Okay. I'm gonna get so lost, I call it now. As you enter the central hub, you hear a low whirring noise, and the engines grow louder. You can see the readouts above one of the elevators change, letting you know someone is using it to travel to another part of the ship. Looking around, that was not even a word in that sentence. Looking around, you see the entrances to both the fore and aft side thoroughfares, as well as the corridor to the airlocks. These elevators will take me to the bridge where the captain will be. I shouldn't waste any more time. Bridge! Knowing that you need to report to the captain, who, at this point of the ship's journey, should be stationed on the bridge, you make your way toward the elevators and press the call button. You step back and watch the indicators above each elevator, waiting for one to arrive. As you wait, your mind begins to wander, and you're caught unaware as you feel something suddenly jab into your back. Excuse me, and a voice from behind you declares, "Hands in the air, identify yourself." Oh god! Your posture stiffens as you snap back to reality, caught completely off guard by the voice behind you. Thoughts race through your mind as you try to figure out what's going on. Could there already be another security detail on board? Why do I feel like this is a common initiation for a new crew on this ship? Bad end record time. I would find a way. I call this. That shouldn't be possible. As far as you knew, you were the only one, unless... I said hands in the air, punk. Clones! You tentatively raise your hands, palms flat and facing forwards, so whatever has been thrust into the small of your back is removed slowly, and you hear the person behind you take a step backwards. You exhale and begin to turn around. Lieutenant Farrow, Security Detail, ID SO254JFSG. I'm on my way to meet the captain to... Hi. You playing a trick on me, you. Where you'd been expecting a gruff crew member, instead you're met with a bright and cheery officer waving a pen around with a large smile on her face. Oh, you. You're taken aback for a moment, as this isn't just any officer. This is... Cassie, what are you... Aw. Ren, I missed you so much. You big doofus. You should have seen your face when you turned around. You were all... That was adorable. I love that face you make when you think you're in trouble. That's my face all the time. Don't you understand this? Like you think playing the big soldier will get you out of trouble. It's so cute! Lieutenant Commander Cassandra Quinn. You should have known, really. She's always been one for bad jokes and stupid pranks as long as you've known her. Beak hug, so cute. Her less than professional attitude and penchant for irresponsibility is the reason why, despite her talents, she's not commanding a ship of her own. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good did I get you? You totally thought you were being busted, right? But if that's not her voice anymore, but if you're being honest, her playful nature is what attracted you to her in the first place. Whoa, wait, we're dating? When did that happen? 2 years ago, apparently. We've been dating for nearly 2 years now, but a lot of that has been over electronic mail or in letters. Your postings have never lined up until now. I thought I was going to be able to choose a love interest. Am I, like, stuck in this relationship? She seems lovely. I just thought I would have options to select from. We'll see. Are we like destined lovers, or can we see what our options are? Romance, apparently. Cassie, what are you doing here? I thought you were stationed on the Reliant. You never said you were being transferred. What happened? Well, the thing is that... the thing about that is that I can read words. You might say that a disagreement with the head of operations on the Reliant led to a... lateral trajectory for my career. Seen the Cassie route 2 years ago. And now we're here. Sandra, please. Okay, so maybe when it came time to change the ship's cybersecurity passwords, I couldn't be bothered to spend all day sitting in the computer core. Girl. It's quite refreshing, actually, for Protag to already be in a relationship at the start. That's true, we don't see that as much these days. Waiting for it to generate new codes, so I just changed all the existing passwords by a single digit. Girl. You place your face in your hands as a dull groan rises from the back of your throat. This isn't the first time you've heard a story like this. And maybe it turns out when they run the cybersecurity drills, they assume that the enemy have your old passwords, so try brute forcing from those. She's our internet girlfriend. You wouldn't know her. She's on another spaceship. She lives in Space Canada. And maybe that meant the ship was compromised in 0.5 seconds? But at least they found out I'd done that in the drill and not in the real engagement, right? I've basically saved the entire ship in advance. That is quite the spin, my dear. I'm surprised you're still even stationed on a ship. How are you not stuck back in the records room at Europa Colony right now? Well, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but... I can't trust you, who can I trust? It turns out this mission was organized at really short notice, and the Gundog was the only ship available. Problem was that they'd been having issues with the crews, so they had to transfer some in short notice. Lucky for me that I'd so recently been made available. That's weird. I'd only just been stationed on the Duke, so I shouldn't have been free to be transferred. Girl. Okay, you figured it out. I may have used one of my contacts from the Academy who works in Resource to transfer you over here. I'm pretty sure you know that's not her voice still. I'm pretty sure you know every regulation you broke by doing that. Oh, what was I supposed to do? Get stationed to some tiny ship heading out to the middle of nowhere with no one I know on the crew? That's often how this works, from what I understand. We haven't seen each other in months. Aren't you glad to see me? Of course I'm glad to see you. I've missed you too, you know. It's been a long time. You don't become a part of the Reliance Operations Department without some serious talent. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, you said you were on your way to see the captain, right? You had a chance to take a look around the ship yet? No, not yet. I was going to... Great, I'll show you around. The captain. I'm gonna get in trouble. I've been here a few days, so I basically know the ship like the back of my hand. Where do you want to go first? I was on my way to see the captain. Felt the engines start up, so I knew we were launching soon, and I thought that I should probably report in as soon as possible. Oh, don't worry about that. I've already logged you on board, so it's just a formality now. I still feel like I should talk to her. You're a real loose cannon, Cassie, but damn it, you get results. You have my begrudging respect. Besides, Captain Bartermuse isn't exactly a stickler for procedure, so we can check out anywhere you want before we head up there. Well, alright, in that case. Great! This is going to be the best tour you've ever been on. By the time it's over, you'll have seen every inch of this ship and met everyone on board. It's been so long since we last saw each other, too. We definitely need to take time to stop by my quarters and get reacquainted. Girl! Oh my god, that was so forward. Oh my! You can now access every area of the Gundog. Select the talk button to view a list of who is available to talk to. If you change your mind, select the talk button again. Look around the central hub as Cassandra already begins to make her way to your first destination, waving at you to follow. She's down so bad. Oh my god. People have different opinions of forward. But yes, Playfully Veiled also works. She seems very sweet though. Alright, what do? Might be a small ship, you think, but now would be the perfect opportunity to learn its layout and familiarize yourself with where you'll be spending your current day. Duty, even. That's a different word. Plus, you admit, it wouldn't hurt to meet all the crew. Better to get to know them sooner rather than later. I wonder what this function button does. Okay. Cassandra. You know, it's kind of funny now that I think about it. What is? This area is called the Central Hub, but to be honest, the only places you can get to straight away from here are the airlock, sickbay, or the bridge. What are words, anyway? Well, it's right in the middle of the ship, so it connects everything together via 2 thoroughfares, right? Kind of, but if you want to get to engineering to do some mechanical work, you've got a long way to go that way. Got a long way to... Okay, sorry. I should not stream visual novels after writing papers all day. That's just a bad idea. And if you want to do pretty much anything else, you've got to go the other way. The Fourside Thoroughfare is way more of a hub since you can get to all sorts of places really quickly. Get some snacks from the mess hall to take back to your quarters, easy. You want a quick soda while taking audit in the hangar? You're there and back in no time. They should move the bridge to the front of the ship. Doing great, thank you. I will bumble my way through. It sounds to me like you just want a vending machine on the bridge. Hey, that's not a bad idea. But still, it's a long way to get to the other end of the ship no matter where you're going from. How would you solve that problem? Maybe change the shape of the ship so the center's really the center? Especially since I assume said papers didn't involve space girlfriends of any kind, versatile knowledge base. It would have been far more exciting if it did, alas. It's like, here's my results. Now let's connect results to a bunch of existing literature. There, I have departed with some knowledge for you all. Here's some references. You can only make academic papers so interesting. It's space, so you could make it a really efficient shape like a cube or something. A cube? I guess it could be efficient, but I don't think anyone would take a cube-shaped ship seriously. I do know how long I've been watching anime. Arn's language processing is currently experiencing some difficulties. Please leave a message. Beep! It's like a puzzle game. Think of it as connecting Puyos. Yes. Want to see the colors burst. We need to fund a study about space girlfriends for Arn's benefit. I might have trouble convincing my superiors to fund that research, but if anyone else can make it happen, I will happily partake on the research team. Okay, I guess I'm gonna move. As the two of you leave the central hub behind you and travel down the aft side thoroughfare, the hum of the engines continues to grow louder. Cassie will be our ambassador for this proposal. She'll win him over. That's fully true. I'll let you do all the pitching, Cassie. I'm happy to help with the heavy lifting of the actual writing of the paper and the researching, because I'm good at that, because I'm a research ninja, but you can handle all the people stuff. You'd effectively filtered the noise out in the rest of the ship, but as you got closer to the rear of the ship, its volume increases considerably. Are the engines supposed to be that loud? Are the what? I said, are the engines supposed to be that loud? What? I said, are the engines? I heard you the first time. I'm just messing with you. Oh, Cassie. Could have fooled me. I've never been on a ship where the engines are so noticeable. Is it supposed to be like that? Supposed to... no, not really. But the Gundog is a Swift class, a type of patrol ship that's designed for rapid response. They're made to cover large areas of space quickly and offer basic assistance to ships in distress. That's or be the first on the scene to gather intel and issue warnings if anyone comes too close to Jovian space. Oh my goodness! /, thank you so much for the raid! Good luck with space! Thank you! I just found out I have a space girlfriend, so I'd say we're off to a good start. Let me get a shout out going for you. Were you also playing this game? Hang on. There you go. You sure heckin' were. How did you find it? I saw it and immediately was like, I have to play this. I can watch because I'm a bit further glorious. Yeah, we're still very close to the beginning, so I hope you're enjoying it so far. As a 90s baby, I saw this and instantly was like, I must bring it into my life and share it with the world, so here we are. So yeah, we have a girlfriend, Cassie, and she's giving us the tour. Really liking it. Everything is so good. Awesome. I think I'm gonna like it a lot. I'm struggling with reading a bit today because I was working all day and my brain's tired, but bear with me as I stumble through words. But yeah, it's very charming. I can already tell a lot of love went into this. Thank you for the follow. I guess I'll give a quick introduction for folks, since I assume you're all gonna be new here. My name is Research Ninja. I'm a librarian by day, mediocre gamer by night. And yeah, I grew up on lots of retro games, and I love 80s, 90s era anime, so this is just like a love letter to my childhood, basically. You get a distress message from the Nostromo, don't answer? Oh dear. Oh no. Not used to reading aloud at all. It's a whole new experience. Yeah, I tend to rotate between read out loud games and voice acting games just to give my vocal cords a break. But I feel like, I don't know, between work and not playing one for a while, my vocal cords are just like, I don't remember how to function. So I usually do shorter streams when I do read out loud stuff, because so much is voice acted this day, I'm just not used to it, but no, it's good, it's charming, I like it a lot. Crew expendable, oh no! Which means, design-wise, they've prioritized speed above everything else. I guess the best way to sum it all up is that the Gundog is basically a huge set of engines with a tiny ship strapped to them. I see, okay. Well, that's reassuring. Oh, it's fine. It just means there's no space for systems like motion dampeners or soundproofing. My ears! You'll miss it when you leave. Look around. Down that corridor is the armory where all the ship's firearms are stored. Normally access has to be granted from the bridge, but since you're the security officer, you've got access coded into your keycard. That's convenient. Ah, you bought the game! Glory! I was debating, do I buy this on Steam or do I buy this on Switch? Because I generally prefer to buy on Switch. And Switch didn't have the discount and I was a little sad about it, but I was like, I'm giving money to a good thing. Hey, the TARDIStan, how's it going? Just got done doing a stream of this myself. Oh, very good. I can't wait to go check out other folks' experiences. How'd you find it so far? It's very charming. Tempted to buy it again on Switch just for sheer portability. Yeah, that's why if I can, I buy on Switch, because all I've got, in terms of like computer-wise, is a laptop, and it's kind of annoying to try and play on it. So I prefer Switch if I can. I can confirm that the creators are super happy with any and all support. Aww, yay. It's like I said, I saw it and I was like, this is clearly a labor of love. So if I can cheerlead that and support it and showcase it, I'm happy to do so. Very fair, these games suit portables so well, right? I likely play vast majority on Steam Deck. I'm still waffling on getting a Steam Deck because I know I would get through much more of the stuff in my Steam library if I did that. But I also just bought a PS Portable, so it might have to wait till next year. Oh, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Loving it so far. Have been waiting for this to be done for a while. Yeah, I think I discovered it about 4 days ago, and I was really surprised I hadn't caught wind of it sooner. So when I saw it released today, I was like, it's happening, let's go. PS Portal, yeah, PS Portal. Because I was basically, what was I using that for? What did I last stream on my PlayStation? Oh, I was using it for BG3, I think, to do some running around off stream. And then I was going to use it for Metaphor, which I haven't touched in a few months. I need to get back to that. It's nice to follow one of these games and see it turn out so well. Yeah, I do tend to, like, wait maybe half a day or so to see what the initial reviews are like. And if I like what I see, then I go ahead and jump in. BG3, FF7R, The Quarry. I was thinking of starting Rebirth again last night. I was like, no, RN, you have so many other games to get through first. But I miss it. Oh, it's made by a friend of yours? That's so cool. Got to enjoy, feel frustrated at all the progress he was making. Oh my gosh, so you're like super adjacent to the journey to get here. Oh, that's so rewarding though to see it pan out once they get to the end. Portables are so good to chip away at smaller parts of huge RPGs. Exactly, yeah, exactly. I'm glad I got it, but the backlog is insane. Highly suggest you go give him and his studio a follow. Yeah, definitely. Feel free to drop the name, because I can't remember the name of the studio. I might be following if they're on Twitter, or if he's on Twitter. BG3. BG3 is happening after Lunar, Silas. It's gonna be a minute. Yeah, I'd love to, like, pass on congrats. Agree with Jasm. So proud, I bet. Aww. So nice to see our friends succeed at life. I'm glad to see people loving it. Even better, right? Space Colony Studios. Awesome, thank you. Excited for the upcoming content / patch for BG3. When is that releasing? I thought that was like... Is that March? Or sooner? Yeah, so we got through Act 2 back in January / maybe a bit of February. The time is blurring together. But I'm going to be picking that up probably May-ish for Act 3. Been testing right now, don't have to test a date. Oh, okay, fair. Stress test. Got it. Okay. Unclear. To be determined. Well, I won't be getting to it for a few months at least, so we're good. Alright, so we have security badge privileges. That's nice. So these are the only 2 things to look at. In time for your birthday? It will be after my birthday. Because Lunar's coming out, what is it, the 19th, and birthday's on the 25th? Hopefully I get it in the mail by then. Maybe that'll be my birthday stream, is crying over Lunar with joy. Oh, you're gonna start BG3! That's so exciting, Jasm. I hope you have fun. That way leads to the engineering block. From there you can access the engine room, the main computer, and most of the ship's systems. Although you won't be going anywhere near those systems if the chief has anything to say about it. Okay. Can I use anything? Let's take a look. Try to finish Rebirth first. Fair. Rebirth is worth playing through in its entire splendor. You swipe your keycard through the card reader set into the terminal by the armory's door. Instead of the door opening as you would expect, you hear a harsh tone from the terminal. Oh? Looking at its screen, you see a message displayed in large flashing letters. Access denied. Insufficient authority. I've been deceived. Looks like your clearance hasn't been fully processed yet. You'll have to meet the captain before you can get into that room. Oh, fine. I only just played and beat Rebirth for the first time. Oh, how'd you find it? I loved it so much. I've been enjoying Lorelei and the laser eyes. That sounds familiar, but I can't remember what that's about. Could I would love a refresher on the premise if anyone is willing to supply that. Okay, I guess we'll go... What if I try to go here? Oh, look at this! As the two of you continue through the aft thoroughfare, the thrum of the engine grows louder still. This looks amazing. Hot dang. Oh my gosh! Thank you for the Prime sub, much appreciated. You now have the power, hang on, of beautiful Bidoof butts at your disposal. Use them as responsibly or irresponsibly as you choose. Oh, Costa del Sol! That is such a fun chapter. Oh, I had a blast. It was definitely a highlight. I'll have to catch up on that VOD. I love seeing people play through that chapter. The featureless paneling that has made up the majority of the ship's interior quickly gives way to visible pipes and conduits, and eventually, the smooth flooring transitions to grating, revealing more workings underfoot. Finally, the thoroughfare leads into one huge open chamber filled with masses of machinery. Terminal panels set into the side of various apparatus cycle through different readings, the light from the screens reflected off ducts and valves. All this equipment is separated by a grid of catwalks and access ladders. I would find a way to trip and destroy my face in this paneling, I know it. The game is so big, after remake took me about 60 hours or so. Wasn't expecting Rebirth to be 3 times or so bigger. There was a lot. I would have been happy if they scaled it back just slightly with some of the side quest stuff. But in terms of the game as a whole, like, they really took the foundation of remake and just escalated everything else to excellence. It was so good. Lorelei is a very atmospheric puzzle adventure type game from the Sayonara Wild Hearts devs. Ooh, okay. I will check that out after stream. Thank you. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is right. This is the central engineering. Pretty much every system aside from the engines themselves and the central computer can be found in this room. All in one place? Isn't that a little risky? Well, a Swift-class ship relies on an absolutely minimal crew. The Gundog only has 2 engineers. That scares me a little bit. I think they figured it'd be easier on them if everything that was important was kept in one place. Again, I have concerns, but sure. That way they don't have to run from one end of the ship to another to get all their repairs done if something goes wrong. Huh, you certainly know a lot about ship engineering. What can I say? I'm a pretty talented individual. Oh yeah? Whilst we're here, you can share some of that knowledge. What's that over there? That's the Hellenic Conversion Unit. And what's that? Oh, that's the Omnifaceted Wane Shaft. Uh-huh. What about that? I feel like you're just making stuff up. That's the Turbo Encabulator? Every day's a school day. I'm head of operations, not chief engineer, okay? I don't need to know what... Ooh. Hey, no one better be screwing around up there. You both jump as a stern voice barks at you from below. Looking down, you see through the grating that there's another catwalk situated below the one you're stood on, with a crew member moving at a speed towards the ladder that joins the 2 walkways. Aaron might enjoy Citizen Sleeper. Not the most convincing technobabble cast. She's doing her best, but I am side-eyeing her deeply. I feel like I looked at that at one point, but I can't remember what my vibes were. I swear if I find so much as a single terminal readout out of place, I'm stuffing the 2 of you into the organics processing system. Please don't. I have to retrieve one more pen from behind the compressors. The crew member continues to grumble as they ascend. I want to see them. Hi, I saw you in the trailer. You remind me of, what was her name? Rain? Was Rain a Gundam character, or am I thinking of a different anime? Your hair looks very familiar, though. Quinn, you better not be here to tell me that your favorite pen has somehow fallen into the system block again. You're so buff. No, Chief. Got it right here. I sense a past occurrence here. Damn straight you do. Now make sure you hang on to that one, or you're going to need someone to pull you out of the system block instead. I like your freckles. And who's this? Our wayward security officer? You got a name there? You quickly throw a sharp salute at the woman in front of you without even checking her rank first. Me, if I was in the military. Not only does she loom over you physically, but you quickly pick up on a force of personality that feels like it adds an extra 6 inches to her considerable stature. Lieutenant Farrow, security officer for the JFS Gundog, ma'am. Less of that. Oh my god, the flex. She reminds me of, oh, who was that chick on that train about the anime with the zombie creatures? There was that engineer chick, and she, like, took off her shirt and, like, flexed, and her back muscles were insane, and the entire fandom fainted en masse. What was... I can't remember what the freaking name of that anime was. It's a pretty magnificent story about transhumanism, the nature of consciousness, and the soul, and the effects of capitalism left unchecked. How existential. I love it. Proper hard sci-fi, fair play. Yeah. Okay, I have a list of things to take a look at after stream. Sounds wild, but legend, fair play. It was amazing. Was it made by the same folks who did Attack on Titan, or am I just tripping? That wasn't a fever dream. I know this anime exists. Cabaneri, maybe? Hang on, this is gonna bug me. Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. I did remember. Ha! Okay. It's been so long since I've looked at that, my god. Anyway, there was a chick like this with epic muscles. It was amazing. I completely skipped over that dialogue, and I missed your name. I'm so sorry. Yes, ma'am. Chief. Damn straight. Now what are the two of you doing in engineering? I was just giving Lieutenant Farrow a tour of the ship, Chief. That's so. You never been on a ship before, Lieutenant? First assignment? I'm not sure if it has a log. That's a good point. Well, I'm sure other folks got time to read the name. I'll check back on it later. Never on a Swift class, Chief. I've only served on Striker supply classes to date. This is definitely part of Iron's space girlfriend research. It's vital research, okay? That's so. Which strike vessels? The JFS Victory and JFS Thunderbolt, Chief. Victory and Thunderbolt, huh? Don't think either of those two are less than 3 years old, so probably wouldn't have seen what the new streamlined distribution systems. I wonder if you would have seen the power coils, though. I think the Victory was part of that production. Hey, twerk your way to the top! How's it going, GG's? Welcome on in, how's it going? You and Cassandra exchange a quick nervous glance as the chief, who'd previously seemed like she was about to physically throw both of you out of engineering, suddenly begins a conversation with herself. Muscle mass chapter, vitally important. It's the longest chapter in the book, as a matter of fact. You continue to stand to a nervous attention as she ruminates about chip components. Savage, yes, the muscle mom, she is here. Behold her. How's it going? Chief, is there, anything I can help you with about those ships? Oh, huh? Lieutenants, didn't realize you were still here. No, you're off the hook, Farrow. Not unless you can tell me whether the Victory was outfitted with the 3rd generation B-Pack upgrades anyway. Sorry, Chief, I don't think I could. Wondering if that's because the retrofitting takes into account space availability in the ship's interior for minimal traversal impact. Although maybe it could be that it takes... I think now would be a good time for us to move on. I think you're right. Just woke up from a nap. You've met a glorious sight to wake up to, Savage. Just looked up the Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress clip. Grid Lord. Yeah, it permanently changes your brain chemistry. You're welcome. Oh, how did I do that? I found the log. How did I do that? Okay, hang on. What was your name? I have no idea how I did that, but I know it exists, and that's half the battle. Okay. What was your name? Mackenzie... Cathays? Cathays? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Chief Engineer, but that's Chief to you. I will just refer to you as Chief. How did I... Okay, it's the left. Got it. Reminded me of the Attack on Titan aesthetic a lot, as you said. Yeah, I think it's the same animation team. I might be incorrect. We can call her Mac. That also works. Chief Mac. Mac Chief. Good idea. Well, that's all, Chief. We'll just be going now. Mac Mommy. I like that one. Oh, yeah, sure. Just don't let me catch you screwing around in here again. What if I want to talk to you more? Let's just look around. There's so much going on in here that I've got no idea what anything is. This could be a waste processing unit, or it could be life support. Oh, sorry, Chief. What was that? This unit's part of the life support system. To be exact, this part is an assessment center of sorts. It continuously samples the atmosphere on board the ship to ensure that it's at the optimum level to keep us all alive. A very important piece of equipment, I see. She's no leather booty, but it'll do. I miss 13 Sentinels. I hate to admit it, but it's true. I like the scars as well. It's a nice touch. Oh, huh. That door leads to the Central Computers room. It contains the ship's mainframe that all the ship's terminals are connected to. It also runs the majority of the ship's hardware. I love how she's just taken over the conversation. There's a primary access terminal located in there too that gives access to that no other terminal on the ship offers. But for security, only the captain has use of it. Great. Thanks for the heads up, Chief. She's like, I'm supposed to be giving the tour. There's so much machinery in here. If what Cassie says is true, that's all the ship's systems are. That all the ship's systems are packed in here. It could be anything. It's certainly giving off a lot of heat, though. That's the power distribution module. She's such a nerd. I love her. Ah! Oh, Chief, it's you. What is it? The power distribution module. We're situated above the Gundog's main reactor, and this is the system which distributes the power to all the ship's various systems. Oh, is that... Right. That door leads to one of the ship's engine rooms. Just barges in. There's another engine room on the other side of the ship. It's not exactly an efficient layout when you're running tests on the systems, but it's what they thought would work best in terms of keeping a Swift compact. Oh, thanks, Chief. I think that's everything in here. Can I use any of this? What if I try to touch something? Got a crash, but I'm super glad to see so many people loving this, and I'll be sure to drop in on your streams in the future. Yeah, thanks for dropping by, TARDIS Tent. Lovely to get acquainted. So excited for this game. So excited for other people to be excited about this game. Yeah, feel free to pop in anytime. We'll see you then. We're gonna try and touch something and get yelled at. I genuinely don't think it's a good idea for me to touch a single thing in here. I'm less worried about damaging the ship and more about what the Chief will do to me if she catches me. Accurate. If I try to touch this, I'm absolutely not touching that. If I do something wrong, I don't want to think what the Chief will do to me. Nothing has ever gone wrong by touching a spaceship. This is completely safe. Not yet. Let's go look at the engines. The two of you watch from around a corner as Chief Cathays, continuing to mutter to herself, paces back and forth, checking terminal readouts and various displays. Eventually, she heads down the ladder that she climbed to confront you. Now out of sight, Cassandra darts towards the engine room, gesturing you over. Checking over your shoulder in case the Chief has reappeared, you make your way to her just in time for the doorway to the engine room to open, and Cassandra to disappear inside before you can raise an objection. Well, it's gotta be better than staying here with the Chief. Wait, but what do you mean better? I love hanging out with the Chief. She's great. The only thing more scary than what the Chief will do to you is what the Chief will do for you. The room you find yourself in is a similar size to the area you just left, but whilst that was crammed full of a huge range of machinery, this room is almost entirely filled by one colossal cylindrical device. This art looks so good. The pulse of the engine is now a tangible sensation as the vibrations it emits shake your whole body. Oh no, my PTSD. So this is the main engine. Well, one of them anyway. Like Chief said, the ship's outfitted with 2 of these. I see what you meant now when you said the Gundog's a huge set of engines with a ship strapped to them. This thing's massive. The machine. I know. I look at it and I feel like you could probably fit the rest of the ship in this room if the engine weren't there. I knew you were gonna pop up. That's because it's impossible to get the Higgs field distortion drive any smaller. Ah, Chief! Oh, Chief! I know you said that, She doesn't even care, she gets to geek out. So these engines are actually combination nuclear pulse engines built around the Higgs field distortion drive. I'm so excited I can't talk. If the HFDD wasn't here, then this engine could be about 10 times smaller than it is. Although I hear they've managed to improve the efficiency of newer NPEs, so it's possible that the space saving could be more like 11 times smaller. Can either of you two tell me how an HFDD works? No. HFDD? Higgs field distortion drive. What are they teaching you at that academy? It's a drive that allows ships to move far beyond speeds allowed by conventional engines, although it's nowhere near faster than light. It's what lets us get around the solar system without needing to worry whether we'll live long enough to see the end of the journey. Anyway, everyone knows about the existence of the Higgs field. It's what allows interactions with the Higgs boson that gives particles their mass. Oh, right. So what the drive does is... We've started a tangent. So what the drive does is warp the field relative to the ship and those on board. By doing this, it displaces the mass to a different area of space, but within the same relative. As the Chief continues on with her explanation, you glance at Cassandra and see a thinly veiled look of terror on her face. You can't blame her, as you feel much the same way caught in this impromptu lecture. Thank you, Chief Exposition. It's the mass effect. Then, because the particles retain their relationship with each other, the general perception is that things are at the same as normal. However, from an exterior perspective. The lecture drags on and you quickly lose track of the Chief's explanation. Although you recognize the words she's saying, you can no longer make sense of the context, and they come to seem like a meaningless string of sounds. Does that make sense? Yes, Chief, maybe?
Called, join the cult.
Called? What called? There's no space cult. Totally broke with tradition when the raid happened. Ah, yes, that's what that was for. I see. Wow, we can't be breaking with tradition. No. Yeah, so the field is the... it's got the mass which is pushed? No! How to put it? Okay, so imagine the space is a ketchup packet and you're the sauce.
Sauce?
Alright, the sauce. Now, what the distortion drive does, it's like a thumb on the universe of the packet. It moves the sauce around by changing the shape of the packet to push the sauce. The packet is the universe, we're the sauce, and the drive is a thumb? You got it. Hey! The muscle mommy called. Okay, I will allow that to be a thing for this playthrough. Permission granted. You quickly glance back to Cassandra and meet her eyes as she's doing the same thing. You know for certain that neither of you have got it. And that's why these engines have to be so big to house that drive. Oh, it all makes sense now, I see. Yes, definitely. Great, well now that you apprenticed the science behind it. Appreciate that's a different sentence. I won't have to throw you out of here. I'm so glad. Thanks, Chief. Anytime. Just remember, Lieutenant. Yes, Chief? Screw with anything and I'll throw you out of the airlock instead. Yes, Chief? I'm intimidated, but not in a bad way. Sauce? Even with threats of being thrown out. Wholesome threats. Okay, it's been over an hour. I should probably be responsible and take my stretch break. Let me just check if my package has arrived and I need to run outside or not. I have a book delivery on the way. My once-a-year book splurge. 1 second. Let me look. Oh my god, Canada Post, you take forever to refresh your page. A threat or promise? Okay, it's still not here. That's too bad. I'm still gonna take a break, folks, though, so give me a couple of minutes. I will be back in just a few.
Cult, join the cult.
Hello, I've returned. Thank you for the wait. I forgot to hydrate when I sat down. 1 second. see I missed some cult shenanigans. Thank you for the welcome back. I might have to make a customized BRB screen for this game. It's kind of short, so I wasn't planning to, but now... The culture, it is here, thank you. Now that the Muscle Mommy cult is a thing, I might make a BRB screen with that, because I think I'm going to get a few streams out of this, so... Very good. Alright. One of the ship's 2 engines, apparently it's that big because it's a combination of a standard nuclear pulse engine and a Higgs field distribution drive. I think I almost lost consciousness when the chief was explaining it to me. Funny. Okay, that's all there. What if I try to touch it? I can't be 100% certain that the chief was joking when she offered me that one-way trip out of the airlock. I'll leave it alone. What if I want her to muscle me through an airlock? What? Okay, I think we should leave. Let's go. Can we talk to you? So...
Don't do something stupid.
But I'm tempted. I'm tempted. So, we're the sauce. Right. And the universe is the packet? I thought that the field was the packet. But then is the field in the universe or the universe in the field? We're going to have some very theoretically challenging meal times. Alright, let's move back to engineering. And what happens if I try to go here? Yes. You swipe your keycard through the card reader set into the terminal by the door leading to the central computer. The door doesn't open and instead you hear a harsh tone from the terminal, which is now displaying an error message. Looking at its screen, you see a message displayed in large flashing letters. Access denied. Insufficient authority. Oh, even with your security clearance, you won't be able to go into the main computer room. Because the staff is so small and the ship's computer handles a lot of the tasks that would normally be done by the crew. It controls a lot of really sensitive functions. Only the captain and the operations team are allowed access. Oh, I don't think any of the ships I've been on have had a computer system like this. The bigger ships usually have their computing distributed amongst multiple systems across the ship. But, because they've also got larger crews, there's more that the people on board are responsible for. I think that's because the Swift class is so small and there's such a limited crew, they need to assign more functionality to the computer. Because of that, it's a lot more vital that no one screws around with it. I see. You said that operations have access. Can we take a look using your authority? Well, since the whole reason I'm here is that I didn't exactly take my responsibilities with the Reliance computer system seriously. The captains told me not to mess around with it. But it's not that interesting anyway. Good, I'm glad you were good about boundaries with that. Okay, I guess that's it for here. So that was... That I couldn't go because I had access denied. Chekhov's computer system, indeed. I guess we'll go back here. You know, it's kind of funny now that I think about it. What is? This area is called the Central Hub. But, I think I read this already. Yeah, okay, I did. Vending machine. Cube-shaped things. Okay, let's go. Can I look at anything here? Down that way is the Foresight Thoroughfare. You've got fire control, the mess hall, and crew quarters. Although I guess you know that already, it's also the main way to access the hangar. The main way? How else do you access the hangar? How else? From the outside, obviously. Well, I guess you're not wrong. Okay. You need to take these elevators to get to either the bridge or the sickbay. The bridge is at the top of the ship, whilst the sickbay is located on one of the lower decks. Okay, that's the same. Just wanted to be sure. We head that way, we can get to the armory, the main engine rooms, and the engineering too. Okay, that's where we just came from. I couldn't remember where we were. Let's go over here first. Oh, no, I need to move, not look. Did you say something different there? I don't know. Huh? Oh, wait. No. I'm getting lost already. Oh, no. This one. Somehow Arin's sense of direction messing her up in a 2D visual novel. This is a novel experience for me. Actually, I'm usually pretty okay in VNs, but oh no. Okay, wait, no, we were here before too. Oh, come on. It was good, you know it. Okay. And here we are in the... Eden. Oh no, I'm lost voice line. I must have said that 1,000 times on stream. I'm sure it exists. I can make a clip for it. Four-field thoroughfare. I know. I went to my quarters earlier when I came aboard. What did you just say? Four-side thoroughfare? No, I don't think you did. I 100% said four-side fair. Aha! It's a tricky thing to say. You try saying it quickly. That was not Cassandra, that was me. Four-side thoroughfare, four-field thoroughfare, four-field fair. I could just do this myself by talking today. I don't even need to read that. I'm doing it naturally myself. Aha, yourself. We'll call this one a draw, Lieutenant. She's still... Dang it! The ship's hangar. I wonder if there's even anyone there right now with the crew this small. Find out what's down that way is part of the tour, okay. The mess hall. I wonder what kind of vending machine they have on board. Hangar. That could be the next stop on the tour, I guess. Let's go. The two of you head down to the down the four-side thoroughfare, and away from the crew quarters. Cassie stops by a double-sized doorway and runs her keycard through the reader next to it. Oh, I'm sure she does. Watch your step. She instructs, tapping her knuckles on a large warning sign next to the door that reads "Low Gravity Zone." Once the door opens, she heads through and you follow her into a wide stairwell. It only takes 2 sets of steps before you can feel yourself grow lighter. By the time you reach the doorway at the bottom, you're almost floating. Stepping into the hangar and onto the catwalk, the first thing that strikes you are the profiles of the 2 armored frames, stood as if on guard. Why do I feel like my PTSD is looming? Facing into the main area of the hangar. Though you fully expected to see them here, every Jovian ship features at least a few. The sight of the armored frame stirs uncomfortable memories in you. Called it! And you inadvertently grit your teeth and squeeze the handrail you've grabbed tightly. Oh. Yay, flashback time! Ma'am, they're firing on us. There's so many of them. Oh god! Ma'am, help! Lines of retreat's totally cut off. We can't get back to the ship. Ma'am, what do we do? What do we do? Stop panicking and form up. 3 and 4, on me. We're going to punch a hole through their formation end. Cassie, hold my hand. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I think it's just the change in gravity level. Left me a little bit queasy. I know how you feel. I was late for a hangar audit once and rushed down straight after a big lunch. Oh, honey, no. I was moving so fast that with the gravity shift, my stomach contents couldn't keep up. Gross. Tell me about it. I did everything I could to keep my mouth shut. You know the rule for low gravity zones. What you spew is left up to you. I wasn't going to be late and on cleanup duty. Speaking of duties, shouldn't there be someone around here? Dalton should be around here somewhere. If you're feeling funny, stay here for a moment, and I'll go see if I can find him. Leave me alone with my thoughts, yes. Sure. What you spew is left up to you. That's a raid message and a half. That could fit. Let me make a note of that if I remember to use it later. What you spew is left up to you. Good idea. I like it. You watch as, despite the 15-meter difference between the catwalk and the hangar floor, Cassie nonchalantly places her 2 hands on the handrail and deftly vaults over it into the emptiness. Oh, to vault into the emptiness. Thanks to the low gravity, she doesn't fall, but instead kicks off the railing, propelling herself through the air. As Cassandra drifts off, eventually catching up to one of the armored frame's legs, and using it to swing herself around to float in a different direction, you place your elbow on the railing and your head in your hand. You turn your attention back to the stoic features on the armored frame's heads and sigh deeply. Your attention is caught by the cockpit hatch on one of the frames being half open. Looking around, you see everything as you'd expect. Armored frame weapon racks, storage containers, various equipment, all of it restrained appropriately and fastidiously arranged. The cockpit hatch is the only thing that breaks that pattern. It's weird, I can't find him anywhere. I know it's definitely his shift right now, so he should be around somewhere. Looking past Cassandra at the armored frame with the ajar cockpit hatch, a thought strikes you. I think I might have an idea. Follow me. You carry out the same vaulting maneuver that Cassie had performed and kick off towards the huge machine's cockpit. Once close enough, you grab a hold of its arm and pull yourself up towards the open hatch. A few seconds later, Cassie appears beside you even, and you both notice that the sound of gentle snoring coming from within the cockpit. You sleeping on the job, bro? Well, Lieutenant Commander, I think this is an operations issue, so I'll let you handle it. Leaving the discipline up to me again, huh? Sandra nimbly clambers up the armored frame, positioning herself right above the cockpit. Bracing herself on the machine's chest, she brings her heel down sharply and repeatedly on the armor. Cadet Grange, attention! You hear a muffled scream from within the cockpit, followed by a dull thud, a string of muttered cursing, and then finally a figure emerges from the cockpit. Hi! Ma'am, I was just checking the calibrations on the AF. I've got some feedback that... Oh, it's just you, Commander Quinn. Hi, Dalton. Excuse me? Just? Is that how you address a superior officer, Cadet? Oh, ma'am, no ma'am, I was not expecting to see you in the hangar, ma'am. Okay, you can tone it down a bit, Dalton. Oh, yes, ma'am. Good enough, I suppose. Anyway, Cadet, this is Lieutenant Farrow, Ship Security Officer. Ma'am, Cadet Dalton Grange, Junior Engineer. Good to meet you, Cadet. Looks like they've got you working hard. Looks like... Oh, no, ma'am. Well, that is yes, ma'am, but not so hard I'm falling asleep. No, ma'am, I was recalibrating the sensor array on the... Take it easy, Cadet. We all have taken a nap in a cockpit in our lives. Well... Of course, we never took cockpit naps with the Chief giving us our orders, so you probably need to get back on with whatever you were doing, huh? I totally forgot she's going to kill me. Good kid, right? I feel sorry for him already. Most of these crates contain mechanical supplies, spare parts, tools, etc. There's a few that contain all the long life ingredients for the vendmate in the mess hall, and then some that contain various essentials for the crew. On a ship like this, it's operations duty to act like a quartermaster, but I've seen on some ships where, if you're friendly with the hangar crew, they can sneak you out the good stuff. Not that I condone that kind of behavior, obviously. Okay. Oopsie. I didn't mean to do that. No. The hangar's also used to store the various tools and equipment that the engineering team use throughout the ship. A lot of the machinery is used for moving freight or AF equipment around. The main hangar door is typically only used when the ship is docked to bring on board large containers or equipment. On a ship like this, the AFs launch from smaller hatches underneath them. Ah! There's also a maintenance airlock somewhere so that the whole hangar doesn't need to be depressurized if there's work to be done outside. I was wondering. Okay. Those two armored frames are both Juno models, the workhouse of the Jovian colony fleet's military. They look like they're a newer type than the one I piloted on the Calic. Almost piloted, damn. Does this say the same thing? Yeah. Okay, just checking. Is that everything in here? I think so. Okay. Let us leave. So Fourside Thoroughfare has the hangar. That's what I'm gonna try and remember for this quarter. So your quarters are down this way, huh? That's right, why? I was wondering where you'd be. On a Swift class, there's 2 different quarter sections. One has all the department chiefs, whilst the other has the crew that work within those departments. Since you're the only security officer on board, I was wondering if you'd count as department head or not. Well, I guess I don't. I'm just slumming it. Oh, that's not... What I meant was that, I'm messing with you. Don't worry about it. The head of security is typically under the captain's instruction anyway, so it makes sense that my quarters are down this way. I guess so when you put it like that. So, have you met any of your neighbors yet? I haven't. Well, let's see. Hanson Cruz. Yeah, I know this guy. Oh, you've met him already? Not on the Gundog. I knew him back on the Calic. Ooh. Oh. Is he the guy you've told me about? That's right. Not what you'd call my biggest fan. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. That doesn't bode well. Haru Rumney. Nope. Not met them yet either. I haven't spent much time with Haru. They're the second AF pilot on board the Gundog. As far as I know, they're a pretty good pilot, but that's only from what they say, so I can't say for sure if it's true or not. Haru spends all of their time hanging out with Hanson, and the two of them swagger around like they own the place. Spends a lot of time with Hanson, huh? Guess that tells me something. I feel like Haru's not gonna like me either. Dalton's room. Kid could probably do with taking a little bit of time to relax every now and then. Oh. Dylan Dees. Nope, haven't met him yet. He's the ship's gunner, bit of a weird guy. You're more likely to find him in fire control than you ever will in his quarters. Oh yeah? Yeah. He brought tons of cassettes with him, and day or night you'll find him listening to them one after the other. Oh my god, cassette tapes. I feel old. Just clocked Gundog and Gundam being phonetically similar. Oh, you're right. Yep. I see it now. He's always sat staring out into space or air drumming along. He doesn't really talk to anyone. At least he's always at his post. Okay, anything else to look at? I guess we'll go look at my room. As you step into your quarters, Cassandra follows you in. She stands by the door for a moment, looking around the room before turning to face you. Wow, you really like to keep it tidy, don't you? Only just got here. It's not a lot of time to make a mess. Are you kidding? I'm pretty sure my bag exploded the moment I stepped into my quarters. Jovian military supplies just aren't what they used to be. Or maybe it was operator error. Blah, blah, blah. And what's that supposed to mean, Lieutenant? Nothing, just considering all the possibilities. Wait, is that... What? Lieutenant Farrow, don't tell me that... What is it? Your chair! It's not perfectly aligned with the terminal. I guess nobody's perfect, huh? I would have made more of an effort if I knew the officer doing spot checks was such a stickler. I suppose I won't have to report you to the captain this time, Lieutenant. You're silly. Forgot to talk to you outside. Hey, wanna see something cool? I feel like this might be a bad idea, but go on. Alright, I've always loved your sense of adventure. Now check this out. If you work your fingers under the bottom of one of the panels by your bunk, you can take it off its mountings and there's a recess behind it that you can stash contraband in. Oh! How about this floor panel? Did you know that if you use something strong enough, you can pry it open and it leads into a crawl space below the decks that you can use to get to other areas of the ship? Yeah. Alright, but I bet you didn't know that if you logged into your terminal and entered the secret code that you can play Snake. That too. Sorry. Well, fine. I guess you probably know every secret on the ship then. Well, not every secret, but I am a security officer. I've seen and caught every trick there is when it comes to contraband, crew breaking, fraternization rules, or system exploits. I did have to get pretty technical to get past me. Wait, how do you know all this? Oh, well, that is, back to the tour. I saw how you dodged that. Snake! Even the mobile games are in the 90s, right? It's glorious. I'm so happy. Alright, let me talk to you here. You know, it's rude to keep a girl hanging around. What do you mean? Here we are just hanging out in the corridor like a pair of weirdos. Shouldn't you be inviting me into your quarters or something? Give me the tour? I just did. Well, it's probably identical to your quarters, so. But, you know, I guess it'd be good for you to see them. It's her face. Does something change if I do this now? Let me just check. I should have done that before I went here. I just forgot to. Okay, yeah. Alright. Back we go. And now I guess we can go here and go check out the other one. And this is the second set of crew quarters where operations staff, that's me and Vanessa, the department heads, and the captain have their quarters. Makes sense. Of course it's obvious why you'd come this way so soon after finding out I was part of the crew. Girl, chill. What do you mean? I'm supposed to be meeting the captain soon. I know, and despite that, you've let your libido guide you to my quarters, you animal. Let's maybe save that for later, okay? You tease. Girl, I have a job to do. So, we're just going to hang around in the corridor outside my quarters then? The downest baddest. Chill. Nowhere you're in a hurry to go to? Honestly. Alright, let's look around. That's Dr. Rosarium's quarters. Although I've never seen or heard him use them, he's pretty severe. Is that right? Yeah, it's hard to explain. I guess you'll find out when you meet him. Okay. He must be pretty intense. Normally Cassie's got a lot more to say about people than that. Wow. Even Gale isn't this thirsty. This is an unprecedented level of thirst. Mackenzie's, that is, Chief's room. She seems pretty committed to the job. I bet she doesn't spend much time here. The nameplate reads Cassandra Quinn. I don't really need an explanation on who that room belongs to. This is Vanessa's room. She's great. We work together in operations. Oh yeah, you're friends already? Definitely. She's done so much for me already. She's always letting me know that she's covered for me when I'm late. That she's picked up on some of my tasks when I'm running behind. She's a little angel. Sandra, I've run your diagnostics again. I don't know what I'd do without her. Girl, do you even do your job at all? ... Okay, I think that's everything. The captain's quarters sits at the end of the corridor, differentiated from the other doors in the corridor by the small insignia that sits above the nameplate. Like the others in the corridor, displays the occupant's name, in this case, Captain Mary Spartermuse. Even in your role as security officer, there are a few rooms on the ship that you don't have access to. The captain's quarters is one of them. There's nothing for you here right now, so you turn back. Okay. Don't get the wrong idea, I just want to see your room. Oh, by the way, if you ever want access to my quarters, the passcode for the lock is 0211. It's pretty much the same passcode I use for everything. 0211, got it. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot 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 dot? Suggestive question mark? Oh, that's right, it's... I don't, is that our anniversary or is that, what if I said I kinda wanna play the fool? I'm gonna say it's your lucky number. It's probably our anniversary, but this is too funny to resist if it's not. Good run. Those are some great nonverbal noises of consternation. Those noises are always playing on repeat in my head in day-to-day life, so they come naturally to the stream. Your lucky number, as if I wouldn't know that. What? What is it? Oh, she pissed. I was just thinking about how I'm going to schedule you for triple duty later. I was joking. It's our anniversary. How could I forget? Dat. I wonder if I need a good reason to assign personnel to repaint the ship's exterior by hand. No! Oh, wait. Before you go in, can you give me a few minutes just to tidy the place up? I was almost late for my duty shift this morning, so it's kind of a mess. Let me put some stuff away, okay, girl? You are a walking disaster, and I love you. Yeah, sure. Keeping herself between you and the entrance to her room, Cassandra opens the door using the control panel to its right. As it opens, she swiftly steps through and before it's even all the way open, closes it again using the panel on her side of the entrance. The entire time, she obstructs your view of her quarters. Girl, you live like that? Thanks! I won't be long, promise. Dot. A few minutes pass, and you continue to stand gingerly outside of Cassie's quarters. You hear the occasional footsteps coming from the foreside thoroughfare, but they all move on to other parts of the ship. Thankfully, no one stops by to ask why security is lurking outside one of the operations officer's quarters. Hey, Cassie? You give the door a gentle knock, leaning against the wall, continuing to remain on lookout for anyone who may have some questions about what you're doing out there. How's it going in there? Oh yeah, almost done. Just give me a minute to get this sorted out and... Girl, what did you do? That last pause is followed by a loud bang and the sound of a small cascade of various objects onto the floor. Okay, maybe a few more minutes. You sigh and step back from the door. If anyone asks, you can always tell them that you're doing spot checks for contraband or something similar. Done! Come in! Oh my god! Cassie! Oh honey, what is happening here? Welcome! Make yourself at... As you step through the door frame, the toe of your boot catches on a discarded pair of leggings which are held in place by your other foot. As you begin to fall over, you reach out to catch onto something to stop yourself. And that is the story of how Ren Faro died. It was a good run. Unfortunately, the chair you reached out for has a uniform thrown over the backrest, which slips as you grab it, bringing both the chair and the assortment of cosmetics on the seat clattering down to the floor with you. Oh, not the cosmetics. That's gonna get everywhere. Oh no. Yeah, there's a lot of fire hazards in here. As security officer, I feel like we need to address this. Oh no, Ren, are you okay? I'm sorry, I thought... Cassie? Yes? I thought you said you were tidying this place up. I was! Then why did I just get brained by a falling hairdryer? There was a system! Get back to your feet and right the chair as Cassie quickly grabs the assorted bottles and tubes that fell down with you, placing them randomly back on any nearby surface. You almost launch into a speech about securely stowing possessions in case of high-speed maneuvers, but you stop yourself. Doesn't the captain ever carry out spot checks or surprise inspections? No, it's great. From what I've heard, her quarters are a worse state than mine. Is that right? Okay, let's look around. I need to investigate this bunny creature. Cassie's bed. I didn't go there first because it's the bed. I wanted to look at the bunny. Let me emphasize that as strongly as possible. It currently appears to be acting as a makeshift wardrobe. Does she move all these clothes before she goes to sleep, or do they act like an extra sheet? How does she even have this much clothing on board anyway? Oh, the photos! Are those printed photographs? Aren't those cool? They're from our first date at the Europa amusement park. That's sweet. I took my Pixie-Cam straight to a specialist printers the next day and got copies made. Oh my god, remember when we had to go to the store and bring in our roll-up cameras? And you just had to hope and pray that the pictures turned out half decent? They were all garbage. Oh, the 90s. I even wrote the date on the back so I'd never forget our anniversary. Oh my god, we're hot. Look at us. That's so cute. What the heck? Wow, I never knew you were that sentimental. I knew I was onto a good thing when you held my hair back so I could barf mid-roller coaster ride. You were still on the... Oh god. Rip whoever was around us. You don't meet many people that consider considerate when you're dating within the forces, let me tell you. Oh no, Cassie. Rip indeed. Yeah, now that I think about it, that wasn't the most romantic date I'd ever been on. You still called me back up for a second date, though. I guess they must have been pretty desperate. Hey! Joking, joking. The bar is indeed on the floor. Cries. Alright, what else we got? Front panel of the storage unit looks like it's barely managing to stay shut. Could that be what that bang was earlier? I don't think we should ruffle through the drawers. That seems invasive. Okay, what else have we got? Like everything else in the room, this terminal appears to be in use as extra storage space, even the chair's covered in stuff. Since Cassie's in operations, you'd think she'd make more use out of her terminal than anyone else on board, but I can't see how she uses it like this. Snoop, it didn't let me. Sadness. Okay. Is that everything? I think that's everything. Let's talk. How are you finding the gun dog so far? Enjoying the tour? Ship's pretty much the same as every other one I've ever been stationed on. The tour's first class, though. Maybe if working in naval operations doesn't work out, you could start your own business as a tour guide back on Europa Colony. You think so? Definitely. You seem to have all the insider knowledge already, and you've only been stationed here a few days. Imagine all the insider knowledge you could share about Europa Colony. Yeah, you're right. And over here we have the statue of the workers who built this colony. If you snake around the back, you can get inside the plinth and hide from colony security if they catch you and your friends hanging out in the park after it's shut. Then again... You don't think that's the kind of thing people would want to know? Maybe a bit more about the workers first. Anyway. How are you finding the gun dogs so far? Our first dialogue branch. How do you feel about being transferred from the Reliant? What do you want to do when we've got some shore leave? I think we know what she wants to do. She's made it very clear. Let's just ask generally how she's finding this. And I'm gonna do a quick refresh, check on my package, make sure it hasn't shown up yet. Okay, that's refreshing. So you've been on the ship a few days now. How are you finding it? Well, it's not too bad. Obviously, it's not like being stationed on the Reliant. It's a whole lot smaller and there's way less people. But then there's also a lot less to do, so you get much more free time. Captain Bartholomew is pretty lax compared to Captain Singh. Books are not here yet. Sadness. But then I get the impression that this whole crew is a bunch of burnouts. ... Except for us, except for us. I obviously didn't mean that about you. Okay, I guess we'll go through all of them. So, about your transfers from the Reliant. I know. We don't need to have this conversation. Already had it from Captain Singh and in my dismissal and from one of the senior resource officers. You're wasting your potential. You would make an excellent captain if you took your duties seriously. Your academy scores were excellent. I wasn't going to give you this. Oh, that's not her anymore. And then you blink and they attempt to deliver, then leave. Pretty much. I'm hoping they'll just drop this one off and not need a signature. I wasn't going to give you the speech, One of the only good things about not having parents is that I don't have to hear it from them, too. Hey, Cassie. And it's just the absolute worst hearing it from you, because I know that out of everyone, you're probably the only person that really cares. I wasn't going to give you the big speech about it. I figured you'd already had it from everyone else. I just wanted to make sure you were okay. Aw. I figured you were feeling worse than you let on. Aw. Ow. Chair. Shifting. It's going to be okay, you know. A ship like this isn't the worst place to be for a while. And if things work out okay, you can always put in for a transfer back to the bigger ship. The JFC is still building up its navy, so there'll be loads of opportunities. And if that doesn't work out, there's still your career as a tour guide back on Europa. ... Oh, she's gonna cry. Stop. Thank you for the future clip. Yeah, you know it. I'd probably make a better tour guide than a ship operator anyway. I think you'd be great at whatever you decide to do, and whatever that is, I'll be here to support you through it. That's nice. Don't worry, war never really ends, so there's always more ships. Oh! ... Indeed. ... Girl, what? ... Cassie? You're so cheesy sometimes. So much pain. Hey. Come here. What do you want to do when we've got some shore leave? So now that we're on the same ship, our shore leave will line up. Do you have anywhere you want to go? Anything you want to do? I hadn't thought about it. I guess this means that we'll be able to go on a lot more dates now. Oh, I know. Did you hear about the new colony they've added to the Europa cluster? It's got an ultra-efficient water handling plant, and the planners have included a water park. We should go as soon as it opens. A water park? What's that? Oh my god. You've never heard of a water park? Never. They're one of the coolest new features on the new colonies they're building. They're like lots of big swimming pools with slides and rivers and all sorts. In theory, I like water parks, but I'm always terrified of water slides because I just have this fear that I'm gonna go swoosh off the side and fly into the distance and break myself and die in a hilariously tragic ways. Will that statistically ever happen? Probably not, but I would rather go on a roller coaster personally. All the e-magazines are saying that they're going to be the coolest things to do on the colonies once they're open. Water park episode! Sounds possible for you to be honest. It would be on brand, you're not wrong. Water slides, clearly the domain of your nemesis Poseidon. I probably will avoid them for the foreseeable future. I've already decided to not approach any water when I go to Portugal. I will stay on the land. Water slides with vertical drops, oh my god, yeah! This is just so intimidating. Pools and slides into pools? But like, really exciting! Huh, okay. I guess when we're next docked, I'll see if I can book us some tickets. We got a date! Awesome! Alright, I think that's everything. Can I use anything here? All this stuff on top, it'd be easier just to use my own terminal. I'm terrified to click the bed. What happens if I click this? These are the photographs that Cassie had printed after our first date at the theme park. Oh, so we did a roller coaster there. Very fun, very fun. I miss theme parks. She said that she'd... Aww. Written our anniversary, November 2nd, on the back to remember it by. That's my mom's birthday! I don't know how much stuff Cassie's stuffed in there, but I think if I open it, that it may never close again. I'm terrified, but I have to for completion's sake. I've still got the rest of the ship to check out, plus I should really go and see the captain soon. I don't think there's time for that right now. That's totally fine with me. Alright, anything else? What's this item? Guess we can't look. Really is. It's really nice that we get all this characterization of Cassie now, so when she inevitably dies in Act 2 it hurts more. No, that's not allowed. I forbid it. Okay, so we did those. Let's look at fire control. Moving beyond the mess hall and the hangar access, the two of you continue to the furthest end of the four-side thoroughfare. The door at the very end of the corridor is shut, the words fire control painted on it in large, stenciled letters. Cassandra swipes her keycard through the reader by the door before turning to you. So this is fire control. The gunner's probably here, but... well, you'll see. That's pretty cryptic. Oh, this looks so cool! Look at it! Call out that fridging of femme characters. Yeah, I mean, if it's anything like the 80s and 90s in particular, it was notoriously bad back then. Not that it's changed much, but it was somehow a degree worse, I would say, back then. This looks amazing. I love this. As you follow Cassandra through the doorway, your eyes take a moment to adjust as the strip lighting that illuminates the rest of the ship is now conspicuously absent. I just want to stare at it for a minute. Wow. I have heard Gundam has a history of fridging femme characters, indeed. Side-eyes the 90s. Instead, the entire room is lit by the phosphorescent glow from an alcove full of screens and readouts. Looking at the screens, each one seems to not be showing much more than a few specks on a black background. From experience, though, you know that what you are looking at is a live feed from cameras all over the ship's exterior. In the center of this alcove, facing away from you, is a seat like the ones on the bridge. From this angle, it's impossible to tell if there's anyone in it, but you notice a tiny rhythmic hiss coming from it. Excuse me? So anyway, all of the ship's weapons system are controlled from here. These screens give the gunner a panoramic view of... Is the gunner here right now? You look over Cassandra's shoulder at the back of the seat. You swear you see a quick flicker of movement, but you can't be sure. It's not just the flash of a readout reflection off a surface. Oh, Dylan, yeah, he's here. Dylan? Dillian? I was trying to read lesbian and Dylan at the same time. And the accidentally lesbian protagonist. Okay, Witch of Mercury. Did we talk about that earlier? My memory is starting to go blub. It was sad to find out recently there weren't many high-budget shoujo OVA adaptations in the 80s, since they didn't think the audience was there. Yeah! More bubble economy era production value shoujo animes would have been sick, I know, right? It feels like we're starting to get into a bit of a shoujo renaissance these days, so I'm really hoping some of the older stuff that never got to see the light of day and get kind of that traction maybe might come to light a bit more. But yeah, definitely underappreciated and resourced as a genre. The audience is heckin' there, like, I volunteer, I'm here, I'm ready. Granted, 90s shoujo did have its problems, but I still love it regardless. Should we say hello? That's not Cassandra. Well, normally I would, but... Cassandra leans back slowly as if trying to surreptitiously sneak a peek at what's on the other side of the chair without it noticing her. She quickly turns back to you after a moment's pause. He just looks so in the zone, you know. It seems a shame to interrupt him. Interrupt what? Cassandra leans back again and after a moment quietly gestures for you to come take a look. Hi! I saw you very briefly in the trailer. You are in the zone with your cassette tape. Sat in the chair is a man who looks a little bit older than you. His eyes are closed and his face a picture of absolute serenity. The part of Research Ninja is short for Revolutionary Girl Lieutenant. I'll salute to that. Remembering you catmen constantly threatening to marry elementary kids. You Catman? Catman. Oh, Princess Tutu? That one? Or was that something else? That sounds like Princess Tutu, which is one of my favorite anime of all time, but Neko Sensei definitely was very sus. That's the one, okay, I'm like, that's a pretty unique thing, description-wise. I promise Princess Tutu's amazing, though. Please go watch it. Oh, Neko Sensei. Yeah. 2000s, I think that one was, which also did not fare much better than the 90s. Problematic faves are legit. In every other aspect, it is excellence. It is my favorite piece of media around meta-narrative and, like, characters rebelling against the author. And its characters, aside from Neko Sensei, are so good. Please watch it, everyone. When you buy 9 items from the store and walk out spending $108, oh god, savage, I'm so sorry. Were they like, I need these items to live, or were they at least a splurge that will bring you joy? The show's a 10, but it has Master Roshi type, right? It's like Ranma 1/2, but Hoppo size there. As much as I would love to punt him into the edges of the universe, sadly he exists. But I love everything else about Ranma. Why is there always that one heckin' character? I know, right? Mineta, yeah. He did not need to be a thing. Over his ears are possibly the single largest pair of headphones you've seen in your entire life. As he sits there, oblivious to your presence, his right leg bounces up and down, and his wrists flick constantly. I want to hear the grooves. It was an archetype for such a long time. New Ranma looks lovely, though. I should check it out. Definitely, it's so good. I need more. I want to see more. I was still waffling between whether I liked the original Ranma or the new Ranma better. They're both strong in their own aspects, but I think like the character dynamics, especially like Ranma and Akane, are a lot better in this one. New Ranma is unhinged, complimentary, exactly as it should be. You wonder for a moment if he's okay before spying a cassette player poking out of his jacket pocket. You realize that the hiss you hear is the slightest whisper of the music that he's listening to escaping from those substantial headphones. I totally thought there was going to be like a snake in the seat and that was just our crew member and it was just going to be a thing. No, it's a person. It's fine. Yeah, I think it's more believable for them as a dynamic, which I appreciate. Is this okay? Shouldn't he be a bit more attentive? Don't worry, it's fine. He's not even on duty. Yeah, but what if there's an alert? Let's find out. Girl. Sandra moves over to a panel just before the monitor-laden alcove, takes a receiver off the wall, and enters a few numbers into the keypad. What were you saying about not disturbing him? Hi, Vanessa. Yeah, it's Cassie. Can we test the alert system in fire control? ... No, I know it's not scheduled. It's a spot check. Yeah, random testing, you know. Chief's orders. Girl? This heckin' girl. Underwear, hard cider, sodas, 2 sour cream, and 2 packs of shredded cheese for tacos. Oh, tacos. I want to say that's a worthy sacrifice, but that still hurts the wallet. Ouch. I hope you enjoy the tacos at least. ... Of course she asked. Why would I be asking for a spot test of the alert and fire control if Chief didn't ask? You just lie right out of your ass the whole time. You made tacos too? Oh man, I feel like I should make tacos. I'd have to thaw some beef for it, but I hypothetically have all the makings for one. No, I have salmon in the fridge. I will do tacos another night. ... You're a darling, thanks. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Loud! Taco Thursday! In an instant, you see the figure in the chair bolt upright, yank their headphones off, and lay their hands on the fire control systems, their heads snapping back and forth as they rapidly survey the wall of monitors. False alarm. Hi! Hoping to watch some anime again when Jittery's less busy. Oh! My Happy Marriage Season 2. It's very good. I love that show. That's one of the manga volumes that's on the way for me, actually, is My Happy Marriage. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope Jittery gets a break. It sounds like life might be busy right now. Trying to think what's on my anime roster. I'm mostly watching My Happy Marriage. and Apothecary Diaries. Is there anything else I'm watching right now? I think those are the main two. Gone through the manga. Yeah, it's lovely. Season 1, I want the best for that poor woman so bad. Mio, I adore her. I love her so much, and I just want her to have the happiest things in life. Oh, Jittery likes it too. It's so good. It's probably my, I was gonna say my favorite, but Frieren was really good too in the last year or so. It's up there. My Happy Marriage is so good, isn't it beautiful? Oh, Mio and Kyoka, I just want you to be happy. Oh, cries. Hey Dylan, don't mind us, just had to do a spot check on the alarm system. Chief's orders. Oh, hey Quinn, no problem. Da-da-da. Who's this? Lieutenant Renfero, ship security. Oh hey, Warrant Officer Dylan Deese. Gunner, welcome aboard. Thanks. Rerun. Oh yeah, Delicious in Dungeon, that's the other one I was forgetting. Yeah. I read through the manga of that last year and it was so emotional. I got choked up a little bit. I don't think I've checked out Elusive Samurai yet though. I'm pretty sure I heard about it and then I didn't look into it after that. I will take a gander. I'm waiting for Witch Hat Atelier. That's like my big excitement for 2025. I don't care how bad the year gets otherwise, I know that Witch Hat is on the way and that will get me through anything. So cool, you read so much manga, you want to get back to some. Ooh, is there any particular titles you're interested in? Manga's like the one consistent thing I have read for my entire life. I've fallen off reading in general, but my manga, I love my manga. I have an entire ceiling to floor shelf just completely dedicated to manga. And it's running out of room. Well, let me know if you guys need anything. That alert totally got in the way of an awesome solo, so I'm gonna rewind and pick up where I left off. Oh man, remember rewinding cassette tapes? Oh, so many memories. I used to have this little garbage plastic recorder with a microphone that you'd put a cassette tape in and you could go around and I would like interview my grandparents and my family, and then my friends and I would sing Spice Girls on it. I think I still have one of those tapes somewhere. I should look for it. Bocce the Rock Season 2 was announced the other day. Ooh, another Season 1 that I did not get around to, but I've heard people name drop it here and there. Oh, I'm so behind on my anime. From basically grad school till now, so that would have been 2015-ish, I got really behind in anime in general, and I've been trying to catch up and it's not working. Family interviews and Spice Girls, it was a bit of a jarring jump when you'd switch from one to the other on the tape with no announcement that it was coming, but it was fun. I have fond memories of it. It's just so many shows, so many seasons, just good to meet you. Just once I was hoping he wouldn't be here. Oh? Yeah, this place would be such a good room to relax in and take in the view of the stars. But day or night, he's always in here, either spacing out himself or drumming away. I'm so jealous. I'm sure you could share the space. It seems like he's not talking or anything. You could just chill in silence. I don't know if that's something you do. I chill in silence all the time. That doesn't seem like your vibe. Most heads of operations would kill for a crew member who is at their station day or night, you know. This is weird. The only time I've seen him leave is when the ship's docked. I've come by at all sorts of random times and he's always here. I don't like it. How much of that is jealousy? If I try to talk to you, Dylan, will you get annoyed? Warrant Officer Dees. Da-da-da. Warrant Officer Dees. Da-da-da. Dylan. Oh, hey, Lieutenant. How's it going? Not bad, thanks. I was wondering if you could explain the control system here to me. It doesn't look anything like what I've seen before. Huh? Oh, yeah. If you've not been on a small ship like the Gunjog, it probably does look weird. Bigger ships have more crew spare so they can have old-fashioned turret operators. On a ship like this where there's only one dude flying solo, the whole system's optimized to let them run the entire weapon system alone. Each of these trackballs links up with a different weapon system, which is represented by a reticle shown on the screen. By rolling the balls, I can move the targeting reticle from the screen to screen, and to fire, all I need to do is point and click. That's pretty clever. Only works so well because we've got the computer doing most of the heavy lifting. On bigger ships, the gunners have a lot more physical control. On a ship like this, it's more like playing a really intense video game. I never really liked those spaceship video games. I'd rather play a racing game or something instead. It's not too bad. Now the war's over, we're not shooting anyone anytime soon. So I get to spend all my time here listening to music and staring out into space. Pretty much perfect. Listening to anything good? Yeah, a real classic album right now. Ever heard of Trish and the Replicants? No, sorry. Come by later and I'll lend you a cassette. Heck yes. It's pretty good for such an old band. Thanks for the offer. Okay, let's look around. Every single one of the screens is linked to a camera on the ship's hull. Though it doesn't look like it, this actually represents a 360-degree view of around the Gundog. That's the same. Never been on a ship as small as the Gundog, but the controls for the ship's weaponry don't look anything like they do on a bigger ship. They look more like they belong in an office or something. My brain is so Blade Runner poisoned that I assume every instance of the word replicant is a reference. So many, the content is the only solace in a world of why. Is this one the same? Yep. Okay, I think that was everything. Let us depart. Mess hall. I need to hydrate 1 second. My throat's getting a little sore. I have to wrap up soonish, but I want to get to the captain before we wrap up today. And here we have the highlight of this entire tour, the mess hall. Sandra's face is radiating happiness as she gestures through the double doorway that you're stood by into the mess hall. Looking inside, you see a canteen like any other, tables, chairs, vending machines, and it's all here. And this is the highlight. It looks like a pretty standard mess hall to me. You bet. Do you know why? There's a vending machine. Tell me. I'm sorry. There's several vending machines. Because they've got both of the different kinds of vending machines. The red one that stocks the spicy potato chips, and the white one that has all the different chocolate bars. Oh, that's what I want. I bought chocolate bars today, Oreo chocolate bars. So excited. Wow, so that's all bases covered, huh? They've got all the fundamental food groups. Okay, Cassie might be my favorite now. It's me. I'm not sure. Hey, Quinn. A rough call calls out from further in. You hadn't noticed them previously because of Cassandra's enthusiastic presentation of the vending machines, but someone sat in the far corner stands up, drops a half-smoked cigarette, oh, they're not a designated smoking room, into a coffee cup and strides over. I feel like you shouldn't even be smoking inside one of these at all, actually. Is smoking allowed in space? I feel like it's not. Hi. What's going on, Quinn? Who's this? Lieutenant Rumney. Are you just smoking in the mess hall? Okay, not allowed. Take it easy, Quinn. I was sat right by the extractor vent for the meal vendor. No harm, no foul. I disagree, but okay. That's not the point. The extra strain on the air scrubbers from cigarette... Yeah. So anyway, who's this hottie? A love rival has appeared. Begin the drama. Well, cat's got her tongue. Name's Haru. Oh, you're Haru. Okay. Haru Rumney. What about you? Good looking. Oh my god, hi. Oh, Lieutenant Ren Farrow. Ship security. Ren Faru? Ren Farrow. I read Haru and Farrow at the same time. No way, really? The ship is so horny. Get me out of here. Last time I checked. Well, alright. Good to know. That's all for me, Farrow. You know where my quarters are, right? Oh my god, please leave me alone. Yeah, I do. I feel like Cassie's gonna get mad, but I kind of want to just be like the oblivious idiot because this is me. Space adventures so often are horny. I guess they're pent up in this ship. Nice. Catch you later. ... What was all that about? Cassie? Oh, she's pissed. You know where their room is, do you? I mean, I do. It's near mine. I didn't... That's not what... Their room is right by mine. I knew that was a bad idea, but I had to. You know, it's... Oh, we're just not talking now? Okay. Actually, don't worry about it. You should tell me more about the vending machines. I found tea? Coffee? Oh, that's a cigarette. Putting out your half-smoked cigarette in your half-drunk coffee. Pretty gross. I don't know why smoking on a ship hasn't been banned yet. You would think. This looks like a giant cassette tape a little bit. A standard food vendor unit installed in all JCF ships. It's half robotic chef, half vending machine. You select what you want and it prepares it for you. The ingredients are almost all long-life synthetic reproductions, but it's pretty convincing. When you're done, you can slot the plate back in for cleaning. Oh, I need one of those. Like Cassie said, both kinds. For some reason, certain ships sometimes only have the red one or the white one, so I can get why she's excited. Alright, I think that's everything here. Oh, wait. What if I use it? Cassie, shall we get some chips or something? Okay then. Got her. Hey Cassie, have you had lunch yet? Should we get something from the vendor? Ah, right. I wonder what she would have said if I didn't accidentally flirt with someone. I mean, I did that intentionally, but we were pretending it was accidental. Is there somewhere I can throw this away? You know, don't worry about it. I'll find it. I feel bad. How do we make this up to her? Okay, I guess we're gonna leave. Oh, Cassie, before we go, you want to try something from the vending machine? Chocolate? Chips? Soda? Don't think I don't know what you're trying to do, Lieutenant. I promise I didn't get what Haru was saying about their room. Okay, but it's going to be a chocolate bar. Okay, sure. Wait, 2 chocolate bars. You drive a hard bargain. I'm in. Sure. Wait, 3! Fine. Alright, so is that everything? I think so. Okay, let's go upstairs. Have we done? We did those. No, there's the airlock. Okay, hang on. We're gonna get to the captain, I swear. And this is the main airlock. It's the main way to get on and off the ship when it's docked. Ah, thanks, but I've already been here. Oh, really? When? Oh, wait. My books are here. I have to go grab a package. Give me just a couple minutes, folks. I'll be right back. Hello, I've returned. Thank you for the wait. I have my books. Happy librarian noises. Okay. Let us continue with the tour. Thank you for the back message. Da. Actually, I think I'm confusing it with somewhere else. What else can you tell me? Well, it's got one of the best views on the ship for one thing. Look around but can't see any windows. You wouldn't expect to on a military vessel, where an inclusion like that could compromise the structure. Here, really? Yeah, really, check it out! Sandra strides over to the terminal set into the wall next to the airlock hatch, and quickly begins typing commands into it. You hear a sequence of beeps and she stands back, gesturing proudly to the screen. Not too bad, huh? You look at the screen, but all you can see is a dark display with a few errant pixels suspended on it. Is that working? Of course it's working, look! Aww. You stare a little harder at the screen, and although it takes you a moment, you eventually realize that's an external feed. That's right! Normally you can only actually see out of the gun dog from either the bridge or the hangar. But the ship's covered in small cameras for combat situations. You can access the feeds from the terminals around the ship. It's actually pretty cool, but isn't the view from the bridge or the hangar better? You know, because you're actually looking out? Well, maybe, but there's always someone else around. You never get the view to yourself. No one ever comes here and it's so quiet, it's almost like you're out there. I guess I can see what you mean. It's pretty quiet out this way. With a fancy screen like that, it's basically the real view. I knew you'd understand. I'll add the command to your terminal access. That way you can come out here and see the stars whenever you want. Thanks. Okay, look around. Underneath that panel is a manual control for the external airlock hatch, just in case of mechanical or power failure. I've had to open one as part of a drill before, and it's not easy. Huh. Aside from the fact it controls the airlock, it's a terminal like any other. Although, with the silence, I suppose this one's good for getting a relaxing view of the stars. This is the main crew airlock for crew use. It's used to load and offload basic supplies and equipment. Everything else is brought in through the hangar airlock. These spacesuits are for emergencies only. Every crew member has an assigned suit that's stored near their main station. These suits here are in case of evacuation when those stations are inaccessible. Yes. I really shouldn't be messing around with that. It's really tricky to get back on once removed. This terminal, alongside its other standard features, is used to control the airlock. I can also get a look at what's going on outside of the ship. View the stars. I've got a few minutes. I could spare some time for stargazing. Yep, that's space all right. I don't feel like walking out into space anytime soon. Although, if I actually wanted to use it, I'd need to go via the terminal. I'll leave those where they are. I'm not going anywhere, and any usage of emergency supplies has to be reported. Talk. So, do you come out to the airlock a lot? Define a lot. More than once for coming on board and once for departing. There's nothing wrong with hanging out in the airlock. Da. Sometimes you just need a bit of personal space. On a small ship like this, it's the only place you can really get some time to yourself. Even on a big ship like the Reliant, there's not many places to get away from everyone. I just find it really relaxing to know I'm this close to being out in space, away from everything, everyone. Sometimes it feels like I was made to be out there, not cooped up in here. Oh, to throw yourself into the ocean of stars, I get it. I didn't know you enjoyed that part of space. For most people, looking out into the expanse for too long triggers a kind of existential dread. I knew a guy on another ship that couldn't bear to look out into space. He'd start getting the jitters whenever he did. Sometimes if he got drunk on duty, he'd start saying all kinds of weird stuff about how humanity's souls were never meant to be unbound from gravity. Isn't the art gorgeous? And it's got different graphical settings, so this is the colored version, but it's got 2 different more retro ones with a limited color palette as well. It's really fun. I don't know, it's just like there's something out there that's calling me, you know? Girl, please don't disappear into the void. Well, that's until I'm late for my shift and the captain sends out a ship-wide message telling me to haul ass up to the bridge. That's embarrassing. Then I know there's something calling me. Void, void, join the void. Accurate. Okay. I think that's it here. Let's go to the sick bay, and then we'll head to the bridge. The elevator doors hiss open and you both step out into a wide open room. You're immediately struck by the glare of the high-powered lights that are set into the ceiling, and just as you regain your vision, the powerful aroma of clinical disinfectant burns at your nostrils. Looking around, you see the standard features of a sick bay. A set of beds that extrude from the wall on one side, and a large gallery window set into the wall on the other, indicating the presence of a surgery wing. The walls are lined with cupboards and cabinets containing medical supplies, and various devices sit on countertops. In the middle of the room is a large desk set to face the entrance. On the side closest to you are 2 chairs, and on the other sits a figure that you almost mistake for a piece of medical equipment until they look up. Hi! Miss Quinn, excellent timing. I've just finished the analysis of your... Hey Doc, don't worry about that right now. Cassie? I'm giving a tour to our new security officer. Very good, Miss Quinn. Hello, Lieutenant Farrow. I'm the ship's doctor, Cypher Rosarium. Anytime I see Cypher, I just think of FF8. I'm gonna have to, like, separate you two in my brain, because you are not like the other Cypher I know. I've reviewed your file already, so please feel free to stop by with any complaints. But since you're here, Miss Quinn, I'd really like to talk about your gastro... Honestly, Doctor, it's fine. We can talk about it. Intestinal. Doctor, later. Yeah, you shouldn't just disclose this without her permission. Distress. Okay, Doctor, a moment, please. Honey, if you could just give me a few minutes with the doctor. This better not be like a serious disease. I know I was talking about having options at the start, but I've grown attached to you. Yeah, no problem. Hopefully it's just comical. Sandra grabs the doctor by his sleeve and drags him over to the surgery wing, yanking him through behind her. Once the door closes, you can't hear them, but you can still see the two through the gallery window. You decide to turn your attention away and examine a nearby poster on space illnesses. Those sound awful. Ma'am, you have... gas. Rip. I actually don't rip. Yes, thank you, Doctor, I understand. So that includes any synthetic meats or carbohydrates. Understood. But as I've explained, I've got a full supply of NutriShake powders that should serve as a balanced replacement for the meals from the food vendor. It should alleviate your... Doctor! ... Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. Tummy troubles. This tour is moving on. Poor Cassie. I mean, let's talk. So, about your tummy troubles. So, I swear. Not one for patient-doctor confidentiality. That man is like a laser beam. He gets straight to whatever task is in front of him with no time for things like common courtesy, bedside manner, or privacy. Yeah, I got that impression. The worst part is that after all of that, he tells me I'm allergic to the synthetic elements they use in the mess hall's food vendor. Oh no. You believe I'm on a NutriShake diet between now and when we return to port? I thought those ingredients were supposed to be hypoallergenic, no animal product, suitable for everyone. I know, but the doctor's saying that it's a rare condition that it means I react to one of the compounds they use in production. So, no more hamburgers for you. That would be devastating. I'm so sorry. But there's one silver lining. What's that? The vending machines use real ingredients. Chocolate and chips are still on the menu. Okay, you've still got chocolate and chips. You'll be fine. An important part of any balanced diet. Correct. Let's look around. portion of the sick bay is separated off for surgical procedures. I feel like that's kind of what I read before. It also contains robotic assistant units. I was wondering about that. It's state-of-the-art, but you'd still never want to end up in there. Also, sorry, I forgot to talk to Dr. Rosarium. Ah, Lieutenant, are you feeling unwell? No, I'm feeling fine. Have you come to pick up any medication? I just want to talk to you. No, I'm totally alright, thanks. Have you come in for a precautionary checkup? No, nothing like that. Then are you here to ask about my mechanical elements? What? No, of course not. ... Oh, I mean, unless you want to talk about them? Well, in that case, Lieutenant Farrow, I'm not sure I can help you today. Don't worry about it. Alright, look around. Those beds are for patients who need to stay in sickbay for whatever reason. All the monitors behind them are to display patients' vital statistics, blah blah blah. It's rare you'll see one used. Oh! All those cupboards and cabinets are jam-packed with different medical supplies, tools, nutritional supplements, and so on. I guess it's good to have it all on hand. Hopefully they don't expire. Okay, I think that's everything. Alright. I guess we're gonna head to the bridge, folks. Oh, you know who deserves a shout-out that hasn't gotten one yet today? You know who deserves this wonder? Stand by. Alright, to the bridge. Step from the elevator onto the bridge and see what seems to have been a pretty quiet atmosphere turns totally silent. Look at this place! As the two women present who had previously been observing a screen turn to face you. Hello. You're very captain-like. You identify the captain almost immediately by her uniform, although you are given pause to wonder if you've misjudged as she listlessly straightens up and heads over to you with an air of disinterest. You remind me of someone design-wise and I can't place it. Oh, hi! The other woman shoots you a look but remains seated at her station, quickly turning away when she realizes you've caught her looking your way. Megane spotted. Well, thank you, Chen, for paying off your library fines like a good and responsible patron. You presume from her position on the bridge, she must be a member of operations like Cassandra. This must be the Vanessa she mentioned. Oh, gotcha. Lieutenant Ren Farrow, entering the bridge and reporting for formal assignment. You declare, throwing a sharp salute with Cassandra quickly following suit. Lieutenant Commander Cassandra Quinn, entering the bridge in accompaniment of Lieutenant Farrow. You're taken aback slightly as you realize that you've hardly ever seen Cassie be serious about anything, even her position. Whenever she's had to talk about her assignments, it's always been dismissive or in a joking way. You're caught so off guard that you almost miss the captain addressing you. At ease, Lieutenant. Lieutenant Commander. You and Cassie both lower your salutes and loosen your posture slightly. There's a slight pause which you can tell is the captain sizing you up. This informal assessment lasts a little bit longer than you're comfortable with, until the captain releases a heavy sigh. Welcome aboard, Lieutenant. I was beginning to get worried that the notification we'd had that you'd come aboard had been a system issue. Oh, I tried to come here straight away and Cassie was like, let's do a tour. I trust that you haven't had too hard a time finding your way to the bridge to introduce yourself. That quirked eyebrow, oh, she's mad. No, ma'am, I was just... You glance over to Cassandra, who's maintaining a completely straight face. We can check out anywhere you want before we head up there. Yeah, right. You fix your gaze straight ahead. This wouldn't be the first time that Cassandra's lackadaisical attitude had gotten you in trouble with higher-ups. I was just familiarizing myself with the ship in case I came up with any queries that I could field to you. Oh, is that so? Well, anything you'd like to ask? No, ma'am. Very good. Well, I'm glad you could make it. Eventually. This mission is an urgent one, which is why we departed as soon as you came aboard without a formal reception. Oh god, I feel so bad. Thinking about it, it was unusual that there hadn't been a formal onboarding process beyond the dock staff checking your ID and guiding you on the Gundog. Cassie, what the heck? You'd not realized in your rush, but now it was obvious. but it did make sense that if this was an urgent dispatch, the ship would launch as soon as all its crew were on aboard. My apologies, ma'am. My transport was running late, yes. We'd been sent word. That wouldn't have anything to do with you, would it? No, ma'am. There was a breakdown on the... Anyway, Lieutenant, I'd like to take the opportunity to formally welcome you to the JFS Gundog. My name is Captain Maris Bartimus. I have a hard time saying that every time. I run as tight a ship as you'd expect, and I anticipate that you'll carry out your duties to the same standard. Yes, ma'am. From experience, most onboarding procedures have involved greetings and speeches from the captain that have ranged from serious to almost ceremonial. In comparison, Captain Bartermuse's introduction is almost lethargic. Your card, Lieutenant. Yes, ma'am. Ooh, the item button will activate when you are able to use items that are in your inventory. In some cases, you will need to use an item to proceed, but in others, whether you use an item or not is up to you. When possible, select the item button to open the inventory, then select the item to use it. To dismiss, select item again. Got it. Okay. You're most welcome, my friend. Thank you for all the shoutouts as well. We're very appreciated. Here's my Why can I not? There we go. She inspects it for a moment before taking it to a control panel near the captain's chair. You remain in position, not quite at ease, but not quite at attention. You watch as she enters some commands into the console before inserting your card into a slot. There's a sound of whirring followed by a series of beeps before your card is ejected, and the captain takes it back. Oh, the function button! Map of the ship allowing you to move from one location to another without visiting areas. Fast travel unlocked! If an event happens somewhere on the way, you will move to that location instead. Okay. You can also view your current objectives and other important information. Perfect. Can I save there? With this, Lieutenant Farrow, you now have access to all areas and authorities befitting the ship's security detail. Your responsibilities begin with immediate effect. Thank you, ma'am. You are also now authorized to take an appropriate electroshock weapon from the armory. If you have any further questions, then you know where to find me. Dismissed. Oh god, my throat is going. Okay, let's finish talking and inspecting in here. Then I need to go eat dinner. Yes, Lieutenant, how can I be of assistance? Cassie, you're being... Respectfully, Lieutenant Farrow, I would appreciate if you'd address me as Lieutenant Commander Quinn. Ah, I see. Got it. Vanessa? What kind of voice should I give you? I'm running out of my very limited roster of voices. Excuse me, Lieutenant. I'm currently on duty, so I would appreciate it if you did not disturb me. Lieutenant Lord, Lieutenant Farrow is the ship's head of security. Since I'm here, you can take the time to introduce yourself formally. Great. I've got this. See you in 5. So you're the security officer that Cassandra's been going on about? That's me. She's great. There's a Vanessa with glasses. Jittery luck. That's right, Lieutenant Ren Farrow. Pleased to meet you. Well, I'm Vanessa Lord. I serve on the bridge as part of operations. Cassandra's told me a lot about you. Is that right? What kind of... I'm disappointed that you're nowhere near as attractive as she made you out to be. Excuse me, did you see the photo? I'm heckin' hot. What are you talking about? Oh, is that, right? I thought it was too good to be true that some dashing officer would be transferred here at the last moment. Instead, we've just got another lunk. How dare you? I promised Jittery wouldn't say that. We'll just disregard this aspect of this Vanessa's personality. Maybe she's jealous of our thing with Cassie. I'm gonna give it one opportunity to let it slide, but hopefully this is not our entire dynamic. Well, how was it you even got transferred here on such short notice? I was looking over your records earlier and you were mid-assignment on the Duke. Why would they transfer you instead of... Whoa, hey, look at the time. I think your break's over, Lieutenant Commander Quinn. I think Vanessa needs to get back to her station. Of course, I hope this is the start of a productive working relationship between the two of you. I feel like Vanessa hates me. Vanessa, I'll catch up with you later, okay? So stern. Oh no. It's okay. She's a defrosting ice queen. We'll work on it. Can I talk to the captain? Yes, Lieutenant. Captain, when I received my posting to the Gundog, I was informed of my role, but I didn't receive the ship's briefing documents. If I may, what's the Gundog's objective? ... We've been alerted by another Swift-class patrol vessel, the O'Brien, about signals coming from the edge of our territory. The O'Brien is currently on a solo patrol in outer Jovian space, so we've been sent to provide backup or support as necessary. Of course, if something were to attack two Swifts, it's not as if they could put up much of a fight. That doesn't bode well, game. That sounds very ominous, in fact. I don't like that at all. I don't like it. Really, it's more a case that we're out there so that if anything does happen, at least one vessel will be able to get away to warn the colony fleet. Oh, great! I see. Oh, did I just say that out loud? Yes, ma'am. Da-da-da. Forget what I just said. That's an order. I kinda like the captain. She's so nonchalant. Yes, ma'am. So, Cassie, about your friend? I think she hates me. Oh wait, you were just like, don't talk to me. Yeah, okay. Right, I already talked to you. Let's look around. The bridge is one of the few places on any ship where you can actually see out into space. When in combat, these I need a nap. These windows are covered by blast shutters, and the bridge crew rely on sensors and small cameras mounted on the outside of the ship. With the exception of some physical controls, a ship the size of the Gundog can be controlled entirely from the bridge. Navigation, automated combat systems, security measures, you name it, it can all be done by a few crew members in this room. That's impressive. That's the captain's chair. Although the majority of the ship can be controlled by the operations staff, there's a few select systems that only the captain can authorize, and they're all done from that chair. Maybe one day I'll sit in that chair. That's probably not wise. No, I should never captain anything. You need a captain's clearance level to access that system, though. Or access them, though. So it's not like you can just sit down and activate them. Are these the same? Yeah. Cool, I like this room. It's very nice. What if I use the chair? We'll try that last. I wouldn't know where to begin, even if I was allowed. It's nice to look out into space sometimes, but it's hard to see... I know, it's hard to relax with the bridge crew around, and just staring off into space doesn't give a good impression. I suppose not. I'm pretty sure that's a court-martial just for thinking about sitting in it. That's good. Alright, let's look at this. Oh, I can't. Task, info, what does this say? Oh, map. Airlock. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. So I'll make sure I got everything. I think I did. Cool, yeah, I think we're good. Task. Visit the armory. Okay, so we're gonna save that for next time. Oh, this is helpful. Yeah, I got all the areas there. Probably gonna save on reading through all these, but let's just see what's here. Solar War. Very good. Okay, that's gonna be handy. Can I save? Yeah. Oh, look here. You can. Let's just see what this looks like. Oh, that's really cool. Actually, I like that a lot. What about this one? Sinuses are getting clogged up. Ugh. That's so fun. I love that you can do that. That's really cool. Okay, we're gonna save. And unfortunately, folks, I'm gonna have to leave it there for today, but that was our introduction to Stories from the Soul, the Gundog. Is this a series? I think, stories plural, it might imply there's more potentially after this, which could be fun. Okay, so we're on chapter 2. I wonder how many chapters there are. I might check that just so I can help pace myself. But that was really cool. I adore this style. This is so great. And the 90s baby in me loves all the retroness, so huge applause to what I've seen so far, and I'm very curious to see where it goes from here. I will try to have better brain functionality. Hopefully tomorrow I'm aiming to stream again. I do have to work on my paper a little bit more, so I might be a little brain dead, especially for Friday, but I'm gonna try to be coherent. But yeah, this has been lovely. Thanks so much for hanging, everyone. And thank you, C:\\, for the raid, bringing your folks by. I might go check out some streams now of just people's early impressions, because it's really cool and fun. This was tremendous fun. Yeah, thanks for swinging by. I'm so glad I just stumbled across this. Going to play a bit of this before sleep. Yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on it, Jasm. Absolutely. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of your night or day, whatever time it is where you are. Like I said, I'll try to be back on tomorrow evening. Hopefully the cleaning lady's not coming by. Sometimes she does that upstairs on Fridays, and it's vacuuming, and I'm not able to stream. If so, it'll be a later stream, but I would prefer to get it early afternoon if I can. I am going to find someone for us to raid. Good luck on paper, thank you! I just need to clean up my reference list and then proofread it, and that should be draft 1 finished, hopefully. Actually, no, I need to make some data visualizations. And I tried to contact Tableau to be like, can I please have a researcher's license? And they're like, we don't believe that you're a researcher at your university. Can you send us a public page detailing your research? And I'm like, bruh, I'm a librarian. I don't have that. So now I have to fight with them to give me the stupid software. It's very annoying. So I'm gonna deal with that tomorrow. I didn't have patience for it today. But if I can get that done, then that's the last thing, is reference list, proofread, and a couple of figures to label and prepare. I'm so close, y'all. I'm so close to being done. Alright. Draft 1, hype! Yes! I've been working on this paper for a month and a half. I'm so ready for it to be done. It has officially surpassed my undergraduate thesis, and that was like the most intense thing I've ever done for a paper. Oh boy. But I suppose, you know, you're working on something for a year, it's gonna take a while to write it all out. Okay, who am I gonna raid? Who's on? Oh, Ducky's on! Haven't seen Ducky in a while. He's playing some Wobble Dogs. I feel like we should go say hi to Ducky. Okay. Thank you for those raid messages. I'll get this set up. Then I'm gonna go make some salmon and ooh and ah over my beautiful new books. So excited. Okay, look. It's Ducky. Let me actually pull up her page so I'm ready to go when we get there. Thank you for the stretch redeem. Ooh, snap, crackle, pop. Oh dear. Tired. I had to get up early for a dentist appointment today. I might actually crash. No, I need food. Okay. Here we go, everybody. All the best. Have a great night as well, Chen. My thoughts are with you, and yeah, hopefully we can be back to check out more of this excellent game tomorrow. So, till next time, take care, everybody. Bye!